Yay, we are live. Today is Sunday, the 11th of February, 2018. We have quite a few people on the panel so far. We have Yudit from Israel, Jay from America, Patricia from the UK, we have Angel from America, we have Robert from Mexico, and we have Artist from Germany. So hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Good evening. It's good evening from here, and good morning from there.
Always morning somewhere.
It is, or the next day, or yesterday. Yeah, Robert's joined us today, and he's been filming. Robert, do you just want to explain a little bit, and then Artist will play the video?
Yeah, last week last time I was on the show, maybe 2 weeks ago, we were discussing the sunspots, and I said how I have not seen any since like early November, late October, and I thought because we were going into a solar minimum, so something yesterday told me, hey, I better get out there and take a look, because I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I was I felt like the sun was coming up. So I hurried up and went and got my camera and hooked everything up and started zooming in on the sun. And sure enough, I mean, it was like a big group of them. I mean, it was crazy. Like at least 5 sunspots in like a line. And so I tried to go live on Facebook, and unfortunately it just didn't turn out. It didn't work out right. It was too bright. Like too much light was hitting the phone. So I got a way now to correct that. But so I still filmed it with my camera. So what happened was once I was done, I was like, well, I'm gonna look at this first, see what I have, because sometimes you can take photos or video and they just turn out like crap. You might have the settings wrong. You might have the lighting, the ISO, just various things. The shutter exposure. You can have all these different settings messed up if you're in a hurry. So I went and checked them out. And I was like, wow, And I actually got more footage than I was working on last night, but I got too tired. Anyway, I just put something together, and what I did was I actually used on the sunspots. I used various filters on the sunspots to show just what it looks, like just to give you a different perspective of with these different colors, you'll be able to see maybe the foundation, what they actually look like a little bit better. So and I made that video, yesterday. Then I made that other one last week, which was all like original in itself. But that's for another time. But as far as the sunspots, yeah, they're back. And my biggest fear is that we're going to have another cycle of earthquakes coming, because we just can't deny this by this point. When there's a bunch of sunspot activity, when there's a lot of solar activity, sunspots, we always have earthquakes following. I mean, we always do, it seems like. And I'm just that I'm just kind of fearing that we're going to start going through this earlier than normal. So, and this would be a bad time of the year, especially in say in America, if they start having earthquakes in the East Coast or something, which is not likely, but we'll say if they did, I mean, this would be a bad time with the weather being so cold. So I'm just on a little bit on I'm a little bit on high alert right now. I need to keep, I usually check in with the USGS to see what's going on there, and
I hope not for you, Robert.
Yeah, well, I wasn't prepared for the last couple ones we had, and but I was prepared because I was calling it. I was like, hey, we're gonna have earthquakes are coming, because I was filming the sunspots then, and So yeah, I'm like I said, I'm just gonna keep an eye on everything.
As well, so it may not be you that gets the earthquakes this time, but somebody
Oh
might.
yeah. It's all over. It depends on where the Earth feels like where the attract. There's obviously some sort of attraction between the sunspots and the Earth. I mean, there's some kind of magnetic. There's something going on there. I believe so. I don't know. I'm not much of a scientist. I'm more of an observer. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure somebody could probably word it better than myself. But yeah, as far as the video goes, I think for considering it was just I took one clip and I basically I played this. I on the left side is the sun, and on the right side is an enlargement. Like I enlarged the sunspots, but it's from the actual. It's from one scene. It's just that I split it up and you'll see. It's kind of neat. It's not a bad video considering that some of mine just aren't that good, but then the other ones I'm pretty proud of at times, and this one I thought came together pretty good. But yeah, that's all really I have to say about it. Just be aware that we're going to, the sun's becoming active again, so God knows what's going to happen at this point.
Do you want artists to play the video then?
Oh, sure, that'd be cool.
Flat Earth calling artists.
Okay, that's cool. I will play it now. I have to turn up the volume.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
All right.
Robert,
It's almost over.
Robert, you're giving a little bit
Yeah.
feedback on your end. Maybe can you mute yourself?
Oh, my bad.
There you go. This is the next one. Yeah, you were giving a little bit feedback. That was it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whoa, those things look quite big, Robert.
I am
Robert, you're
muted.
muted now. That's it. You're okay now. They look quite big, those things.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean,
This is the next one. Yeah, you were giving a little bit feedback. That was it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whoa, those things look quite big, Robert.
yeah. Well, they were zoomed in on in the program.
They look quite big, those things.
Yeah, they actually were. Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, you have to turn the live feed down a bit, Robert.
You were giving a little bit feedback. That was it?
You need to turn the live. You need to turn the live feed down, otherwise they get to hear it twice.
Yeah, well, they were zoomed in on in the program.
They look quite big, those things.
Whoa, wait a second. Wait, we got.
Robert, you have to turn the YouTube live feed down.
Yeah.
That helps.
It's always
Otherwise-
good to hear yourself twice. Just turn the live feed down, Robert, and then come back. Oh my goodness, he's pressed the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yudit, are you there? Yudit?
Yes, Karen.
You've been filming those, haven't you?
Yes. Let me try if I can share with you a video.
All right.
He's back now.
Yeah. Wow.
You have to
that
turn
was,
the live feed down, Robert, because we can hear it echoing back.
Okay. All right. Let me. Yeah, I hear. Wait a second. I hear the feedback myself. Wait a second. Let me see. Which one would that be? Wait a second.
It's a bit difficult to talk if we're going to hear an echo coming back. I say it's
Well-
gone now, I think.
Wait, no.
Oh,
No. How about now? Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
All right.
Yudit's been filming those sunspots, so she might just try and find her pictures as well to show you her ones. But,
Yeah, she did. They were amazing.
I make a video, sunspot AM and sunspot PM. And I see the sunspot AM was down in the sound, and PM was up or different. It was different. So
Yeah, ours was directly in the center. I mean, directly in the center of the sun that
so
morning.
so we have the same sun, and
Yours was to the south. Yeah, yours was to the south. Mine was right directly in the center. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, we got the same sun, but definitely, I think. Well, you would have had you would have had your sunrise before we would have. So yeah, I think it changes throughout the day. Where was your PM ones at for that day? Were they to the north? Like 12 o'clock?
not to, let me see. Let me see.
Because that would make sense if ours was in the center. We would add, subtract the hours back or add the hours to your time. It would be towards the center by that point. That's all I'm saying. If
In the morning, sunspot it was down in the left side of the sun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So by the time that the sun reached here in Mexico, yeah, they were directly in the center. I mean, I was just like, it was so easy for me to find them because when I first was looking through the camera, I could see because it was passing through some clouds because it was early in the morning, and and then the clouds are perfect for a perfect filter, So I could see them real clearly. I'm like, wow, these things are pretty big. So yeah, but yeah, I'm just like I said, they're starting to come back around. So like 2 weeks ago, when I said I haven't seen any, I wasn't like fibbing or lying by no means. I didn't see any, but yeah, they're back. They're definitely back. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, we're supposed to be in a solar minimum, so to have that type of fusion going on, and even though with the arcs of the flares or whatever, if they're even flares, I mean that's all hearsay according to that's all mainstream science BS. But yeah, I mean I don't know. I like I said, I've always been kind of fascinated with like photographing the sun, and I've been doing it for a few years. I'm on my third camera actually. My first camera was a Fuji. It had like a 50 zoom on it. It was all right, but I had to make my own solar filter. I took basically two welder's lenses out of goggles, and I made a device to slip on my camera, and I did it that way. And all my images of the moon, I mean of the sun, what used to be green because of that reason. But then I went and got another camera. I went and got the second camera I got, which I still love, is my Kodak. Makes an awesome. It's an AZ961. It has a 65. It's a 65 zoom on it, but it has more pixel. It has more pixels than the P900, than the Nikon P900. So you get actually a better looking image. Yeah, you might not get as close to the as it can't magnify as good as the P900, but as far as the pictures go, I like the pictures on my Kodak because you get just great detail. But my P900 I use it the most, I guess. It's just for me it's easier to use, I guess. And so I'm on my third camera, and yeah, my first camera I broke by accident, but I still got 2, and I got a telescope, but I never even pull it out. I'm about ready to sell my telescope because I probably won't, but I just don't have no use for it anymore. Like I think my P900 does just as good. As far as the stars and everything goes, I can do everything on my camera. So, but I do have a Newtonian telescope. I just never use it anymore. It's just collecting dust. And but yeah, it's a wild time right now. I mean, we got a lot of things going on. Now we got sunspots. I mean, we got a lot of geopolitical stuff going on. We got Q, posting all the time, and we got a lot. It's a lot, it's the awakening, or the Great Awakening, I guess, in a way. I was a little. I thought it was a little late coming, because I thought around 2012 everybody was going to. I felt like people were just going to wake up around that time, because of the Maya prophecy and everything. I actually came down here. You can look on my Facebook. Actually, that's when I came down, and I was expecting all kinds of stuff, and of course, nothing happened the way that we thought. And plus, that wasn't the interpretation of like the world was going to end in December 21st, 2012. That it just meant that the great. It was basically the equivalent of the Great Awakening, is what they were referring to. Like the new age, a new age of thinking or whatnot. And I thought it was going to come a lot sooner. Now I'm seeing it, many years off, but like 6 years off. But I'm starting to see a lot of people people that I never expected to go down rabbit holes. I'm starting to see them go down rabbit holes, and before too long, they're going to be coming to flat Earth. I mean, it's just how it happens. I mean, that's like the progression, so. I see a lot of good things coming. We're kind of like, we got to take responsibility. The ones that's been awake, and all of us on this panel obviously has been. It's like we got to take. I don't know. It's like it's coming to the point where we got to take responsibility, and we're got to stand up and start doing things. Maybe. As a collective or on our own, but it's time. I mean, this whole Elon Musk car and space bull crap, we can't let any more of this crap go on. I mean, it's coming to a point now where they are seriously laughing at us. I mean, not at us, but at the general public. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. I mean, it's like, how stupid. They can't not think people are this, that stupid anymore. I think that they did one too many things, and then I don't know. I just think it's getting to the point where nothing's going to really work. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of fanboys, but even those fanboys, you can tell, are kind of like questioning, some of the aspects as well. I saw, like, I was on the SpaceX site looking at some of the comments, and even some of the fanboys are like, saying, why are you doing this? And this don't even, that's not right. It contradicts the ISS as well, because the ISS is 455 kilometers, away, and it's not showing a whole full ball Earth. And that car was at the time was like 100 and some kilometers. So, go figure. I mean, it's getting to the point where I just think they went to the wishing well too many times. I think they're screwing up by this point. Okay, now, but somebody else needs to hop in. Help me out here. I'm drowning.
That's a very valid point about the background of the behind the car. That
yeah,
when you compare it to other hypothetical things up there at a like or higher altitude and getting a different image back, it's you're right. Their ego is leaving the cart.
Yeah, they're done. I mean, they just lost. I mean, because you got to think there's going to be a lot of those fanboys are going to be thinking, they're going to start, because I saw it. I saw the comments. I'm like, wow, even their people are starting to look at them like, what are you doing? This is not right. How, I mean, just look, the paint never melted off that car, the leather. I mean, we don't even need a space shuttle. We just need to wrap a airplane, strap a rocket onto it in leather. We don't need shielding. Just wrap it in leather. Hell, that whole leather interior in that car never melted. Or the vacuum of space. I mean, come on, there should be one plastic thing on that car that should be vacuum proof. That car isn't vacuum proof. It's to the point now where they just think I don't know. I'm just like, I can't figure out what their plan is. I mean, why are they doing this? I mean, they can't be that dumb themselves. I mean, it could be their ego. It could be, but I just feel like we would do better work than them. I mean, I'm not no shield or anything, but I guarantee if they wanted to pass things off as being real, they would probably have to hire flat earthers, because I mean, we're the more
we would know where to watch the critiques.
critical. Yes, we know where to look. We know how things, we know about perspective. And obviously they're just hiring people right out of high school or college, and they're just messing up. I mean, I'm just beside myself. Like, I don't even want to. I posted a few things on Facebook, but I'm to the point where I'm like, I don't even know if I want to waste my time, because I got better things to do than the battle Elon Musk. I mean, he's already getting destroyed by everybody else. I'm just like, I'm gonna keep focused on what I'm doing. I photographing the sun, the moon, going to pyramids, doing that type of stuff. I'd rather just be doing that than arguing over. I mean, because there's enough people, there's enough people with higher credibility than myself. You got Jaron out there doing it. You got Power. Like, everybody's doing it. Everybody's attacking Elon. So let them do it. I'll just, keep working on it, because I think it's what happens. We get in this mindset where we feel like we have to go on the the defensive and start defending. So we are on the on the defensive and going and calling these guys out. But I don't know. I just say we got to keep doing our research. I mean, we're going to have breakthroughs. I mean, especially all of our minds, working together. I mean, there's nothing that we really can't accomplish. I mean, as far as the sheer intelligence and drive, I mean, everybody on this panel, I'm the weakest link of all everybody on this panel, only because I'm not as schooled in the sciences as I should be. I'm just not. I'm just observer. I use my discernment, and that's how I kind of live my life. And now I'm more of a historical type guy. I'm more into the, I like history is my thing. Sciences were never my thing, but I understand it. I mean, I understand, the heliocentric model and, and everything like that. And I understand the sciences. I'm just not that good at it. Like, you guys blow my mind. I'll be sitting here at times like, oh my God, like I'm just shaking my head. Yes. And I understand, but I'm like, as far as the logistics that's going behind it, I'm just like blown away. Like the electric universe, I'm blown away by that. I'm blown away by the magnetism. As much as I like magnetism, I don't understand a lot of the different theories on the, like the electric universe / magnetic universe. Like that sono luminescence video I made about the that I made last week. I don't fully understand it. I know it's a combination of sound, because God, according to the Bible, God spoke the word, and the word is like a frequency. It's a vibration. So yeah, I believe, I do understand it, about light, and the frequencies. So, I get it. I understand it, but I'm not good at putting that stuff together to explain to somebody else. Like, I'm more of a, I don't know. I have a hard time explaining things to people, but as far as my understanding, yeah, I understand it. Just, I don't feel like I need to, to go debating people and stuff, when I first got in this movement, it was all about, going to the one group in battle, the globe heads. I used to like to do that, but we're not really getting nothing. We're not getting much done by doing that. We're just learning how to argue. I mean, I've been married twice, so I know how to argue anyway. So yeah, I just think that we keep doing what we're all, use our talents, our gifts. Everybody on this panel is gifted in our own way. And if we could get together, like I'm telling you, there's so much I think we could blow because I'm telling you, we have to do it in the form of entertainment. Because look, the world is entertained. Everybody likes being entertained. That's just their release from work or school or whatever. We got to find a way to make this so entertaining to them. That's the problem is yeah, they're talking about, flat earth, reality shows and this and that. I'm just thinking we need to make some sort of production. I mean, I'm not the only one that's thought, I'm not the mastermind behind this. Yeah. And, but we do need to get together and we need to make a production, something that is entertaining, because that's how we have to use the same tricks as they use on us. And that's the only way we're going to be able to get through to the other 4-6% that they say is not going to wake up. Well, I'm like one of these type of people. I'm not going to leave nobody behind. If I can reach them, I'm going to try to reach them. And if that means we have to drop to their level and make it entertaining, why not? I mean, there's a lot of good things about entertainment, anyway. I mean, the arts alone, the dancing, the music, the photography, just whatever aspect. I mean, we're so talented. Each one of us in this movement, we could contribute to this. Just our gifts. We don't have to contribute money. We just contribute our passions, our gifts. We could come up with something really big, and the money. I think if we go in the right direction, if we do things the right way, I think the money will just come to us. Because look, if there's, these production companies and whatnot, they realize, where they can make money if they see enough talent, and they realize they can make money off of it. I mean, they'll find it, they'll back it perhaps. If not, we can independently just do it, So there's a lot of things. I mean, I just think that we need to collaborate a little more, and because I see a lot of ego, and hey, I'll be the first to admit, I'm not going to throw anybody else under the bus because I can be egotistical myself. We all do at times. We all feel like that we're, I mean, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but I know how I am. Sometimes I become egotistical, and sometimes we're no better than the elite that's doing the same darn thing. Sometimes we need to work with fellow, with other people who can contribute, that can lift us all up. I mean, because if I'm lifting somebody else up and they're talented, they're going to lift me up too. Because it's just chain reaction there. So I don't know. I mean, I think we all have stuff that we can contribute. It's the hardest part is getting all of our minds together. Because even though we do this on this platform, which is an awesome platform, but there's nothing like using your actual real senses in person. To watch somebody create a masterpiece over the internet's not the same as watching them do it in person. In person, you get to see their aurora, you get to see their energy flowing from them as they do it. I hate to say it, but the computer, everything's a little dull. It's always going to be either a little bright, a little dull. It's not the same. We're not real. I can touch a screen all day and you're not going to feel it. But we're in person. I walk up to you and poke at you, you're going to feel it. So, I mean, yeah, I think there's going to have to come a point where we're going to have to go beyond these conferences. Yeah, we're going to have to do something a little more permanent, where a community, because what could I mean, nothing but positive could come out of us having our own communities. Because if we have our own community, we would be accountable for each other. We wouldn't let somebody else slip up in the community. If not, they'll be excommunicate or that, hey, you're out of here. You're going to act like that. I mean, I'm sure we'll have to have a code of, I mean, I'm sure they would have to be means where you just don't throw somebody out right off bat, but there's got to be, I mean, I think we have the sense to govern ourselves. And I'm not saying we have a country, but if we just started to, everybody moved into a certain community, just gathered into a community, and it still work your 9 to 5s if you have to or whatnot. But then, when you come home, get together, when we can, if have to, everybody get together, feed the kids. Then the parents, have like certain parents that could help out with the children, watch other people's children, as we would contribute to build something, that could further this progress, this progress that humanity needs. It's all about perspective, and through the arts is one way that you can break through that, because people likes to be entertained, and they like their bread and circus. That's just how society's been tricked.
I think everybody on the panel agrees there, Robert. I think everybody on the panel agrees with you there.
Yeah, I know, because we're all like-minded individuals who knows what we have to try to do. In the end, we got to get these communities started somehow. And I know it's so hard because we live so far away from one another, and that's the biggest problem of all, is that if we were together, how powerful. Could you imagine us all like walking down the street? And I don't want to say this like to steal anybody else's thunder, but like Matt, but could you imagine if we all had like a flat earth shirt on and walked downtown in some major city? Could you imagine the impact? I mean, you talk about ruffling some feathers. I mean, we're greater in numbers. See, that's the elite knows this. That's why they work in numbers. I mean, they keep us divided because they don't want us united, because we're united. Even like in this flat earth movement, people are divided. And it's such a shame, because like I said, we all have talents. We all have gifts. If we could have just worked together, there's nothing. They couldn't stop us. They couldn't stop a peaceful intellectual movement, because that's what it is. We're trying to make other people around us better. I mean, that's the most loving. I mean, if you're religious or whatnot, this movement it's a spiritual movement. It's a, in the end, because my point to the whole thing is I'm trying to enlighten others around me. I'm trying to get that light switch to come on. I'm sitting there, trying to flip it on for people, and it's not about me, because if it was about me, I wouldn't have lost all my family and friends by this point. It's never been about me. It's been about, hey, I love you enough that I want you to understand, that, not just the flat earth, but various, everything from vaccines to our food to, I know the whole, I don't know it all, but I'm just saying, I know all the different realms that we, as a society, has been affected in. We've been regressed, so yeah, I mean, I know this is my daily rant, my Sunday rant. Amen, huh? But No, I mean, I totally, I do what I do out of love. And sometimes I come across as being an asshole online, but it's because, I also know that sometimes we got to do things with tough love. I mean, if you try being nice to somebody and trying to, teach people in a calm way, and if it doesn't work, I mean, sometimes I resort to being an asshole. I'm sorry, but hey, I try to be honest. Like I said, I can be egotistical and an asshole, and and do I like being that way? No, I understand it's wrong, but everything I do, I actually do out of love. And so yeah, I think that we need to work on a major production. I'm not talking about just some hour video or something. I mean, we need to entertain the pants off of these people. We need to seduce them with the same techniques that when you turn the TV on and we're getting seduced by the TV, and then with the commercials in between, if we can't turn this around on them and use their very tactics against them, I don't see why we were not doing it anyway. I mean, I feel like that we're stopping short because we're feeling like, well, that step's going to be too big. That step's just too major. And it's not major because we got the talent. We got the crap. We got guys who are good with we got guys from every field. We got guys, carpenters in this movement. We got surveyors. We got dancers. We got musicians. We got great speakers. We have scientific minds. We have photographers. We got it all. I mean, when you really think about it, this movement has such a collective of talent that it's like, I don't know why we're not I don't know why we can't work together. I mean, as much as we could. I mean, we could work together way more. And I think that's why we need to have communities. We need to, I'm not saying this because I live in Mexico, but I mean, the property's cheap down here. And, I'm just thinking if you wanted to, I'm just saying it could happen in America even. And I would probably come. If somebody said, hey, we're going to start a flat earth community in England or America or Canada or Mexico or Brazil, I'd probably go, because at this point I need other people in my life that thinks like I do. I gotta see people in a daily. I need to see people daily. This internet thing's awesome, but man, if you can't use your actual senses where you can touch them and feel their or look at them with your eyes and actually feel their whatever they're feeling, their suffering and their joy, their happiness. So there's certain things that you just, because with a computer, say I'm having a bad day, say I'm having a real bad day. Well, it's easy for people who, once they turn their computers off, to be like, well, he'll be back tomorrow, not thinking that maybe I'm having an actually really bad day, but if in person, we could sense these things, we could see these things. So, and the way our perspectives are, I think, we would be amazing as a in a community. So I don't know. How about somebody else come in and let me off the hook here, or tell me if I'm wrong? Because sometimes I'm not, always right. But let's hear somebody else's views on this, and
Anyway,
hello?
so it's like watch this space with those spots on the sun. It's like watch this space because you think something's going to happen.
Oh no! Well, there's always earthquakes when there's spots, but no, I mean, no, I'm having an all right day. No, I was just using that as an example that it's different when you can actually confront somebody in person. You can talk to somebody in person. Your energies. Look, if you're working on a project with somebody else, and you're working in person with them, actually sitting with them in person, your energies can work together. When you're online, you don't think with this 5G and all this other stuff, they're blocking us from being able to even communicate on that level. Because I mean, there's so much background radiation, background noise. You think my vibrations are going to reach you guys at full potential, as if somebody was in person standing beside me? You're going to feel that energy, that power, that whatever. You're going to feel it, you know. Unlike over the computer, it's always a little bit diluted. You know, I'm just saying, I think in person we could accomplish a lot more, especially if we was in a you know, I'm not saying like a cult or anything, but we had our own communities where, you know, look, you know, in America, you'll have your different nationalities. You'll have your Polish communities. You'll have your Spanish communities. You'll have your German, Italians. Why can't flat earthers have their own communities as well? I mean, that's all I'm saying is that, look, they work together. Like when you get these groups together, you know, like Polish people will take care of one another. You know, like in Pittsburgh, there's a lot of Polish communities and they look after each other. That's what I'm saying. Like we're stopping short of actually, if we want this to go mainstream, we have to think bigger than just billboards. We have to think bigger than billboards. We have to think, you know, communities, productions. I'm telling you, bread and circus. That's all that these people know. That's all they've been taught since since we were old enough to play with toys. Usually it's a ball, you know, so we're playing sport, you know, we're playing balls with balls since we're a kid, you know, sports, you know, bread and circus. We're not really, you know, people aren't really, you know, they think that the best the governments of the world have our best interest. They don't. They never have. You know, the people who has the money, they want to keep it. You know, that's how that system is. But if we had our own communities, think about this. We have farmers in this community, in this movement. We have people that we can self-sustain for sure. I mean, I've seen people, you know, there's people that makes clothing. I've seen people who, you know, there's all kinds of different craftsmen. You know, there's people with all kinds of gifts in this movement. If we would get communities gathered, you know, started, if, you know, it would be like, well, I guess it would be a little bit like anarchy, but not really, because I mean, in a sense, we would still have to rely. I mean, we can't just do away with the government fully because they wouldn't allow that, or we'll have another Waco situation. I mean, I get that, I understand that, but that doesn't mean that we could live normal lives. We don't have to live behind a wall in a one building. We could have a community, you know, a little suburb outside of a city or a town. You know, I don't know. I think that's where the investments kind of need to start going. I mean, we need to find a way to generate money, and I say through entertainment. You know, so how we're going to maybe get this money gathered up to where we could actually do something like that. Of course, Matt Powerland did say that he wanted to do this same thing in Panama, which is fine. If he can pull it off, that would be cool. But I don't think we have to totally run away from the devil to do this. I mean, that's why I said I would be willing to move back to my country or anywhere else that would be open-minded enough to try to do this, you know, where you know, the whole community, you know, the suburb would be all flat earthers or researchers in our related, you know, in this same realm. I think that would be amazing. I mean, we could definitely get a lot more done. I mean, we got school teachers. I mean, we got all kinds of people in this movement. So I'm just saying that I see bigger things than just billboards. You know, billboards were a good like, you know, shock to some people, but we got to keep going. I mean, look, we let up. I mean, right after the conference in America, you notice it started sliding down a little bit. It's like that was the big event of the year. Like, we need to keep that aerial bombardment going. You got to bomb. Look, that TV is bombarding everybody on a regular basis. You know, it's that bombardment is like every second of every day. Soon as we had the conference, we're like, yay, we won. We had our conference. Sorry, but we were still being bombarded. You know, during the conference, if you remember, NASA came out with a new what was it, a gravity wave, or they detected a new gravity wave right around the time of the conference in America, because they knew to keep bombarding. You know, now I'm not going to say that the researchers haven't done their work on YouTube, yeah, but I mean, we got to do more in billboards. Billboards is only getting, you know, that's only introduction to the, you know, hey, there's people out there that believes in the flat earth. Now, if you had an actual musical, dance, just a production in general, to like an entertainment production itself, and you try to introduce that into the mainstream, but real subtly, you know, I'm not even so sure if I would even go at titling something like that Flat Earth, because you want to hook them. You know, you're fishing. I don't know if I would go all out and call it, you know, because hey, flat is a description. And I heard this on this panel last week. Flat is no shape anyway. It's a description. It's not a shape. You know? That's the description. That's our perspective of how it is. But, you know, it not really doesn't do a fair amount of, you know, like when people says, well, you're a flat, you know, you're a flat earther. It's like, dude, that's a description. Or you think the shape, no, that's the argument is you think the shape of the earth is flat. It's like, dude, you can have a flat square. You can have a flat circle. You can have a flat rectangle. That does not mean anything to me. You're not hurting my feelings, because my day-to-day life, it feels flat to me. I've lived at the beach. I've lived in Fort Lauderdale. I've seen Hollywood. I've seen Fort Lauderdale from Hollywood, Florida, 11 miles away. I've seen it, you know, on the beach. You know, that's 11 miles away. I can see it with my own eyes. You know, I can see Trump Tower. You know, so you know, I don't even like to argue with people anymore about stuff like this, because it's like, dude, it's a description. It's not even a shape. Come on, bring something else at me if you want. But you know, I would just like I said, I got a lot of ideas, and now I'm trying to get people the work together to do them. I'm probably not the person to do it, because I'm not that sociable. I'm not that outgoing to really rally people. Like I'm not a rally point. You know, we were talking military terms.
Robert,
yeah.
We're all on our path. We've all got our things to do, but we come together as a family here, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. This is a great think tank. I mean, yes, this is a major think tank, and the personalities that you have on here all week are major players. Yes. However, like I said, I still think we need to start a community. That's you will talk about media. They'd be forced to cover something like that, especially if a city would not grant it, if a city would not let a bunch of us move together. Do you realize the legal repercussions of something like that if they try to prevent? I'm just saying, I'm you know, because I'm just saying this might be the realm that we need to go down. But
Robert, I love you. Robert knows I love him. I've thought about it myself. I wish I could buy a piece of land. I wish I could buy a piece of land and we could all go and live on it.
Yeah.
I know, that's what we need to do.
Karen, Yudit sent me a YouTube video from her for her sunspots. Do you want me to play that one?
Yeah, if you don't mind, artist.
No problem.
And yeah, to
Yudit,
to Jay, Patricia, to Robert, to Angel, to Astral, to the chat room.
Oh, gracias. Thank you. Back at you.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, there you go. Artist is going to play this video.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yeah, sure can.
Okay, here we go. I'll play it from the beginning. Look, here we go.
Yeah, this is PM.
Oh, you know what I can do? Just thought of it. Let's play it a little bit slower. So we can see it better. It's not that long of a video, so. Okay.
Yeah, yours were down in the bottom. Yeah, mine were in the center. But they look the same. They look the same, though. Yeah, the big one in front. Yeah.
It's PM. It's PM. Yeah.
Indeed. Bigger one and a smaller one.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
The strange thing was that you were actually recording some last week, weren't you? And there weren't any, and these things have appeared quite quickly, haven't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, yes, because like I said, I was like, hey, I haven't seen any since November, and then all of a sudden, like a few days ago, I was like, I'm gonna try this, and sure enough, boom, and it looked just like hers, but mine were in the center. Yeah, that's exactly what mine looked like, except for, like I said, mine was right in the center of the sun. Now, what does that have to do? Think about this. What if, I mean, because look, earthquakes, you know how they're like, yeah, earthquakes are so, they always happen around the time that we have solar flares. Now, does it matter where the position of these sunspots, where these sunspots are on the sun? Because that could that could indicate where, if we could figure out, according to where the sunspots are on the sun, to the next time there's an earthquake, if we could figure out where we would know. It might be like, that would be like the canary in the mine if we could figure this out, keep trying to watch these and see. I'm going to check later, see if there's any earthquakes, because for us, that it was right directly in the center. And if I don't know, usually the center, is like a bullseye, so for us, it was right in the center. So that's why I've been a little bit scared, because what if, we have another earthquake, this would be horrible, so, I mean, it's bad enough that it's bad enough we have volcanoes down here going off, from time to time, but that doesn't even bother me that much. But earthquakes, you never know.
Just to show you, this is Yudit's channel. She has a lot of great videos with sunrise and sunset and moons and everything, and other beautiful videos you can check out. So if you want to subscribe to her channel, she has a lot of beautiful videos.
Thank you, Alfie.
Yes.
No problem.
Oh.
Thank you, Artist. Well, Artist has got some things to say, or some bits to show as well, so we can come back to this subject a bit later on. Yeah, is that okay? Artist, do you want to talk about your bits?
Oh yeah, that's okay. What I did is did some research.
Thank you, Robert.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. Right, the
you're
insights and the views on all kinds of subjects and the indoctrination of the human race, basically. Everything. Yeah, and a great video you made. Looked very professional and yeah, great. What I want to talk about is basically I'm still doing some research, and you probably heard about what I found. You had a flat in the 70s You had the Flat Earth Research Society. You probably heard about it. And basically, in the 70s and 80s and early 90s, Charles Johnson was head of that society. Basically, his wife was the secretary. He did a lot of research, went on some shows, did a lot of adverts in newspapers and magazines to make people aware. He could actually have a subscription for, I think, $5 a year. And then you could get the Flat Earth magazines from, I think, 1977 to almost early 90s. But the sad thing, what happened, basically, was in 1995, give or take a year, but I think 1995, his whole facility burned down to the ground. All his records were destroyed, so he had to basically start over again. That's why you see a big dip after 1995 with the Flat Earth Society, because he had to start his work from the ground on. Also, I admire him a lot because his wife was basically in the building and she was in a wheelchair, so he was already, I think, about between 60 and 70 years of age, so she had to carry out his wife because the building was burning down. A couple of people were wounded. Most of his records were destroyed. What I'm doing is trying to find back a lot of his stuff. And on one side of the Flat Earth Society, they have some records of him. So that's interesting that you can actually browse to a lot of old Flat Earth articles and everything. So that's interesting, of course. What I want to show you is some stuff about his channel.
Just want to say, Jay, everybody's starting to put "We Are Dancers" in the chat room.
Oh, cool.
Well, we
nice
are.
Yeah.
Always. If your heart beats 1-2, you have rhythm.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We got rhythm. I got rhythm. Basically, what you can see, this is just a membership card from the Flat Earth Research Society. For some reason, they dropped the word research. Because now, if you look at it, it's the International Flat Earth Society. And Charles Johnson actually always made sure that they say Research Society because he was big in research, and that's why he had that magazine with all kinds of research in it. He was doing with the tools he had in that time. This is actually here. This is one. There's something else. But here was it was on Wally's show. It was a show that was a little bit hectic, but also it's interesting. You see in the background. Actually, it says on this poster, this is how they indoctrinate people. They have the wartime flag, that's one. And behind him, they have that space, the launch, I think of the spaceship. And behind him, it also says, NASA is number one. And every show, he had this painting behind him. Every show of Wally, I don't know his last name. Every show he did, he had this painting behind him. NASA is number one. As you can see it here, NASA is number one. Every show, he had it in the background. And this is how they indoctrinate people. If you see that every time, NASA is number one. NASA is number one. And subconsciously, you are picking that up. So, and he had also Charles Johnson on his show. And basically, Charles Johnson, he had to get on one show, Most of the TV programs didn't invite Charles Johnson because they were afraid that he was making so much sense that people were thinking, that Charles Johnson guy from the Flat Earth Research Society makes so much sense. And they thought, so he almost was never invited, but he was invited on that show, and therefore he got the opportunity to talk to a broader audience. So that's great that he took that chance, even though he was ridiculed, of course, but he took the chance. It was in the early 80s, that show. This is Charles Johnson with his wife. When I don't know if this was the research lab that burned down, but it could be. And he always strikes me like a nice, relaxed man. And you see a lot of open space. You can see the Earth is flat. Maybe that's why he lived there, that he could do good measurements. You have a very nice flat plane to also do research on. This is something else. Just to show you that electric cars, back in, there's a side note, but back in 1970, they had an advert. Gasoline is going up. Ooh, it's getting expensive. But electricity is going down. So buy electric cars because you can actually ride them for cheaper than a gasoline car. There was even an electric automobile show in 1922, and they don't do it for... And they have some really reasons, sponsored by the New York Edison Company, but it's a side note you can hear. What I research is all kinds of news articles about the flat Earth, and you can see that some things they talk about, they still talk about today, that it's not 10,000 miles from the sun, and not it doesn't rotate 10,000 or what they are saying. I'll have to zoom in. Sorry, I'm not reading correctly. The Earth is a plate-shaped, flat, stationary, and does not rotate. It's 10,000 miles from the sun, not 300 million miles. The postal is a merely fixed subject, but also 10,000 miles from the our planet instead of the present estimate of 365 million miles. And this was actually an article from 1947, I believe, if I'm correct. And that's it's interesting to do some research. And this is even a poem done in 2016 by a guy. You can read it for yourself. Just put it out there. And this is another Flat Earth Society. Then they already named it, not research, International Flat Earth Research Society. This is actually Charles Johnson, his card. It's cool. And they have that thing they use a lot. And here are pamphlets, and he also wrote in magazines, and this is another membership card. What is also interesting, I found this one, 5,000 for proving the Earth is a globe. So there was a guy, Wilbur Glenn Voliva, who claims the Earth is flat. This is an article, of course, and offered 5,000 for proof of the contrary. But he never had to give the money to anybody because to prove the contrary. So he could keep that $5,000 in his pocket. And you have to have it mentioned this is, I don't know what time it is, but it was, I think, in the 60s somewhere. But there was a big amount of money, $5,000. But he never had to give it to anybody because they couldn't prove the contrary. So that was cool. And this is some articles. Charles Johnson, president of the International Flat Earth Research Society. Finally, they wrote it down good because they often forget the research. Will talk. If Columbus was smart, how come he was dead? I don't know. That's probably a joke. Next Tuesday at 8 p.m. in the Schwartz Auditorium. So he did lectures. So that's also interesting that he did lectures. I hope to one day find one lecture or a recording of it, but it's so hard to find any stuff about it. This is just that they had actually hybrid cars in 1917. There were already hybrid cars. So interesting, wind turbine cars. I'm just skipping to in 1960s. Actually, somebody had bought an old electric car from the 1970s. And put a sun panel on the roof so he could drive for free. That's also interesting. It's another article, the Times New Ideal newspaper from 1978. An believer in the flat Earth says government hides facts. So they were already in the 70s. There were a lot. Basically, there was a peak in the 70s. Through the 70s, there was a big peak in a lot of people doing research. Just basically after NASA had their first space mission. there was a lot of resistance, and a lot of people had articles to prove the contrary. So that's interesting. It's just a map, it's not a map. It's Baker Electrics, another world record. I always like to show this one. 201.6 miles on one single charge.
Wow.
Wow. And this car car is heavy as shit. So imagine if you have a modern day car, you could probably drive 300 miles with the same type of battery. So the lie that they often say, you can't drive very far. Well, I think this is a big distance for an old car like this. In 1910, mentioned it on the map. Well, basically I've gone through the pictures, but I'm doing research about Charles Johnson and I've tried to find maybe an article why his research facility was burned down. Well, we probably all have an idea. If you're gaining momentum as a flat earth researcher in the 80s, they probably want to silence you. Probably his facility was burned down by people who didn't like his work, to say it in a nice way. But I'm doing research on that and trying to find more about the flat earth from back in the day. And he also had I can show you if it works, just hang in there, people. He also had a newsletter for the people. I just show you one of the many he made. Of the Hangout works. Bear with me. Here we go. And this is the Flat Earth News. This is his first. I will make it a little bit smaller, otherwise you won't see. The Flat Earth News, International Flat Earth Research Society. And this was his address. Charles K. Johnson. He was that was that guy with the beard. And his wife, Mary Long Johnson, was the secretary. Restoring the world to sanity. So that's great. And their perspective, he talks also about the perspective and with the tools he had available in that day, he tried to prove that the Earth wasn't a globe, and he succeeded gratefully. There are a lot of articles here in was a small magazine or pamphlet, whatever you want to call it. And also upcoming things in the lower corner over here. I will blow it up a little bit. I didn't read all of them, but upcoming in 1978. In classic or flat earth news and events. What is human rights? How creepy are human rights? And blah blah blah. How children can read. Well, it's basically some subjects for the next newsletter. Flat Earth religious. So again, even back then they were talking about the religious part in Flat Earth. Interesting thing, I have to read them because till now I didn't have to read a newsletter. But it's very interesting, and he had basically it run from on the top of my mind from 1977 to 1994, I believe. But it's interesting. So you can actually find this on archive.org if you want to yourself. So that's handy if you to find this. You can find it on archive.org. On my channel, I have basically a video that tells you how to check those archives and how you can find these kind of flat earth things. And it's very handy. Maybe I can quickly show you that. And then just hang in. Yeah, I'm going to show it just for the people that they see how it works. It's always handy to help people out. Let's close this one down and let's open another one as quick as possible. There we go. This is one I use often. And if you actually click over here, you have search multimedia. What I always do is search for full text and book. So click on that one and you can type in, for instance, flat earth. Here we go. You can see that already typed in Charles. And then you get all kinds of things about the flat Earth. It's very interesting to see all those articles and everything. Sometimes the NASA documents pop up of patents or whatever. It's a very long list, so you wait a moment, it goes on and on and on and on. Okay, actually, this is the Flat Earth Society newsletter. It runs from 1976 to 1994, so I was 1 year wrong. And you have a lot of books, and, there was even one by one guy from the Netherlands in the 60s. This is this one. I hope this works. Got off the bandwidth. Think. Oh, here you have another one. Let's hope. Yeah. Klaas Dijkstra. Klaas is a very common name in the Netherlands. And well, you can download them here. If you have an upload button, or you can scroll down, download it as a PDF or full text. Sometimes the text is a little bit correlated or not sharp, so you can download the full text or the PDF files. Very handy because yeah, you can see a lot of great information, also past information. This is from 1963, for instance. The guy from the Netherlands did the research on the flat Earth. But this is basically archive.org, and it's a very handy research site I used often. Just to put it out there.
Yeah, you've done a lot of looking in that, haven't you, Artis? Got a lot of stuff
Sorry?
from there. You've got a lot of stuff from there, haven't you?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff from there. Yeah, it's a very handy site. It's just, you can also type other things. Are you interested in nature or whatever? There's all kinds of books, articles, videos sometimes. If you change the settings, then yeah, I'm always
I can
surprised.
see a word highlighted, Artis. I can see flat Earth in blue.
Yeah, that's the handiest part. Actually, everything what is flat Earth is highlighted. So basically, what this search engine do is browse to all kinds of archive sites and find certain words. If you, for instance, if you type in flat Earth or Flat Earth Research Society, for instance, you can find
A few
other.
people in the chat room want the link, Artis. Is there any way
Okay.
in a minute you can put it in the chat room?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's archive. It's very handy. It is just archive.org, but I will put it in the chat. No, I will do it right away for the people. Here we go. There you go, people. It's in the chat.
Thank you,
I
Artis.
also put it here in the side chat, so people have it also over here. Yeah, it's very
No, Jay
hard.
wants it.
Sorry.
Jay wants the link. Thank you, Jay.
I can also put it
Who,
in
me?
Jay wants the link.
Yeah. Yeah, very much.
let's get-
I have it now.
Yeah.
I have it saved.
Oh, you already have it. Otherwise, I would pass it on to you. No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a very handy site to. You can type, maybe if you type in dancer, you can find some history about dancing. Probably you can.
Yes.
That's also interesting, of course. History of dancing.
Yeah. There's always more stuff to learn and to know, especially to manifest. Absolutely.
Maybe you can type in dancing. Let's see what pops up.
Go for it, man.
Yeah, live research. Like,
And then put it big on the screen.
can you see it? Ooh, you also find other things.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Dancing.
I see some flesh.
Well, so let's get this very quick. Otherwise, I will do it in a different kind of way. Dancing history.
Okay, I see a camel with a Shriner hat on. That's interesting. The dance of the Freemasons. That's cute.
Now let's click on there, and then you can click belly dancing.
Lebanese.
Cocktail bar, probably. But I can type in dancing. Okay. What I always do here, you have search multimedia. We can also click on that. You only find books. So this is history. History, for instance. Dancing history. No. Wait. Square dancing. Resolve the pen.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you have newspapers also pop. All kinds of archive things. Breakdancing. Well, sometimes it's disabled. You can see print is disabled. You only can see but sometimes you get the whole thing. This is from 1878, and you can click on it, and then you have to wait for a sec, and then it finds the keyword. Sometimes you can't find it, but a keyword. Then here you go.
Wow.
And then you have an article, very old one, this 1878. So you can search inside.
You know what I want to do? I want to share some awesome information with people in the chat room. It is Immanuel Velikovsky's Worlds in Collision. It's a PDF. It's about the birth of Venus. I'm going to copy and paste this link because you're giving me an idea to, share good stuff.
There is a piece of potpourri, which is the continuous rated against the potpourri and universality of knowing all science and excelling in all arts, chemistry, mathematics, dancing, history, reasoning, writing, fencing. So it was put indeed, see chemistry, mathematics, dancing. So they say it in the words of the arts. Knowing all science and excelling in all arts. And they mention dancing as a science and art. So,
yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
It said the link didn't work, artists, in the chat room. Just put the name. Just put the name of the place, and they'll be able to find it themselves. Then.
That's nice. But sometimes you get an error, but you have to redirect it. The link didn't work. Wow. That's a shame. If I press it, it works. Oh no, page not found. But you can type in something. The page pops up. Yeah. Maybe we can do it in another fashion. Then I will click on the dancing and the link. It worked on my end, but maybe it's because it's in Germany. That's why it doesn't work. Flat Earth. I will do it as a flat Earth search thing. Maybe then it works. Okay, there we go. Click, Control copy. There you go, people in the chat. We do it again. Oh, I want to do it again. Let's see if it now works. I click on it myself. Yeah, now it works for me. Let's see. I put it again in the link for the people. But it's basically archive.org. So if you leave the rest away, if you type in archive.org, you will find it for sure. But that's handy.
Thanks, artists. Is there anything else you're going to say on things, artists?
Well, basically, I will make it in a screen very big just to help the people out. Type in here archive.org. This is how you write it, and I will blow it up in the screen. This is what it is. Archive.org. Then you can find this. See? Well, probably now it's okay. I'm basically finished. If someone else want to chime in or has an idea what I can type in or whatever, go ahead.
Angel, we'll come to you, Jay. We'll come to you because I reckon Jay's got something to say as well. Angel?
About what he was researching, I think it's quite awesome that this is not just a new phenomenon, but kind of shows that it's been there for a long, long time, and they play whack-a-mole with it.
Are you gonna talk anything about pyramids today, then, Angel?
Well, I was actually I was told what was it Robert was good on pyramids. I wanted to kind of hear his input on what he thinks, because I can either learn from, agree with, or
Yeah. Well, I've been to. Oh boy, I can't even. I'm not even. We'll say close to 100 of them, and there's definitely a lot of energies coming from these.
So
look,
you talk about pyramids in general, not a specific set or group.
Oh no! Well, I've been to Monte Alban. I've been to Cholula. I've been to the Sun and Moon Pyramid. And then there's some in Mexico. I've been Mexico City that I've been to. There's one here in this town. Well, actually, there's 3 in this town, and there's one that was on private property that I've been to. Well, actually, he has like about 7 on his property. Well, it's not private anymore. He sold it to the government. He gave it up, I guess. But anyway, to me, they give off. I don't know. You feel it. Like I actually took. Excuse me. I took a compass to one before to see if there would be any change in them and in the compass. It didn't work. That the one here is dedicated to the Lord of the Underworld. And it had skulls built into the pyramid, actual skulls where they would impale people through the skulls with a long pole and then just hang the people up. This pyramid was actually one wall was constructed with nothing but human remains. Now it's not that way anymore. They're like they don't have it presented like that now. I think they call them niches. I think they call them niches, and they are the one here is very, very eerie. You get a weird vibe around this pyramid, and yeah, for me, I understand some of the some things about pyramids. Like I'll give you an example. The Sun and Moon Pyramid. Those are amazing. The Sun Pyramid is so freaking huge. The Earth's flat. I'm just telling you because I've been up. I've been to the top of them, and you can see for just I don't know. I can't tell you the miles away, but I mean you can see well beyond what you should. As far as the energies, yes, the Sun and Moon Pyramid, they found rivers of mercury underneath of them in Teotihuacan. Yeah, I mean there's definitely some kind of there's magnetics or something going on with the pyramids. There's definitely a vibrational. I know they're set up on the grid. Most of them, or if you look at the Earth's grid, these pyramids are set up in precise places. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of things with these pyramids. Now Monte Alban, that's a whole mountaintop that's been converted. It's basically Machu Picchu, but a smaller scale. It was done by these people. They were pygmies. They were very tiny people, but there's actually remains of larger than average humans, like in their tombs. I'm not going to go down the realm of giants because I'm just not. But in my personal opinion, they could have been these skull because considering how small the people were that built Monte Alban, and it's a grand. To me. That's one of the places here in Mexico that's overlooked is Monte Alban. you talk about it's a pyramids on top of pyramids. Imagine a mountaintop that's been like carved away, and it's each layer is like its own set of pyramids. But as you're going up, if you're looking at the mountaintop itself, it looks like a giant pyramid. But when you're there and you're traveling through, traveling up it, it's like each layer there's pyramids. Then you got to climb up to the next level. Then you're at that level and there's more pyramids. You climb up those. Then you get to like, I think there's like 3 or 4 levels till you get to the top. And that place is amazing because they had, I mean, it's just amazing. It's so huge. Now, the largest base pyramid in the world is at Cholula. That's actually one of the world's great world wonders. That pyramid is just huge, but that Cholula actually it means artificial mountain. Basically, it's an artificial mountain. It was a mountain that wasn't there, and then they built the Cholula, and so yeah, it's basically just. It's an artificial mountain, but it's not the highest pyramid by no means, but it's definitely the largest base pyramid. I mean, as far as the base of it, yeah, I mean it's outrageous. You can go into that one.
Is that this pyramid?
Show me. Oh, I got videos on my wall. No, that's it. No, that's it down in the Yucatan. No. That's a Chichen Itza. Yeah. No, that's down in Yucatan. I haven't been to that one yet. That's one.
How do you write it? Monte Alban?
Monte Alban. I'll write it's M-O-N. Wait, M-O-N-T-E-A-B. Wait, A-L-B-A-N. Monte A-L-B-A-N. Monte Alban. That place. Here, I'll put it in the chat. I'll write this down. Monte.
This one. Monte Alban.
That's at the yes. But that's that does not do it any justice because there's multiple. It's different layers. But yeah, that's you'll see what I mean. Each level of the mountain. Each level of the mountain, there's more pyramids, and you just keep climbing up, and you keep climbing up. There's like 3 to 5 levels. Yeah.
Then I will try to find. Indeed, I can see it in some pictures that you can see. Oh, here, this is better. This one here. You can see the levels higher up. Yeah.
Yeah, you keep going all. Yeah, right. You think you're at the top, then you keep going, and it just keeps going higher and higher. Yeah.
You can see it over here in this picture very clear. Yeah, indeed. Wow, that's a big complex.
Yeah, it's a whole mountaintop. Actually, I got a video on my channel, Monte Alban. Yeah, I got many videos from Monte Alban to
Robert.
Teotihuacan.
Is that the one where you're walking up the You're walking up it and your wife's in front of you, and then you stand at the top and you pan around? Because I used that on one of my videos last year.
Oh no, that's the moon pyramid. That's the moon pyramid there. No, Monte Alban is I got a few videos on Monte Alban, but that place is freaking amazing because like I said, it's on different levels. I mean, like you'll go to this one level and you think, oh, this is it. The next thing you know, you look out and you're like, no, you got to travel this direction. Then you got to go up. So it's like steps. Imagine giant steps. And that's.
Robert,
and then,
I found your video.
Yeah, I got a few on Monte Alban. Yeah.
This is one of them, I believe. Here, this is Monte Alban. This is from Robert's side.
Yeah, look at that image, that thumbnail. That's an elephant in Mexico.
Oh, yeah,
look at that thumbnail.
Oh, he also put an arrow to it, that you pointed out.
Look at that.
You look surprised in it. This guy looks surprised.
I was given that appearance, but yeah, you're right.
Well, I can play it, and maybe what we can do, if maybe it's an idea just popping on my, if Karen puts that on my screen, that my screen is fixed, that Robert can talk over it and narrate it, maybe.
I
That's
have.
an idea?
Yeah.
I've done it.
Okay, that's cool. I will play it, and you can talk over it, Robert, okay?
All right. All right.
Here we go.
Yeah, this was this level is actually all the way at the top. This video is going to show all the pyramids here on this level. Now, this is like at the most top level. You'll see once I pan around. You'll see. Yeah, there's and look, this is literally at the edge of a mountain. Well, yeah, you'll see. I'll just let it go. Okay. And then I'll walk around and once I walk around, you'll see how many more pyramids. And this is just on one level.
Yeah.
You'll see. I'm getting ready to go around the corner. Very
You know how those blocks of stone are actually together is just like in that other pyramid from the Pyramid of the Sun and the Moon in Mexico. The same fashion of building construction a bit.
Yeah, mind you, this is at the most highest level. I didn't my other video, but this is a good video. This is actually a really good video because it shows you how grand this place is. This place is huge.
Yeah. And you can see with the people walking, you can grasp the scale of it.
Yeah, watch. But wait till I go around the corner here. They're way down the other side too. I mean, way down that end. I mean, this is just crazy because it's this is that's the top level. Okay, and watch. Yeah, once I start walking, you're gonna be like, oh my god, because it's like cities. This was like one This was like one level. This was one. Yeah, this was a city on this level. Then you go down, and then then there's 3 more levels. And look, that's another level. You go to that one, you climb it, but they got that cut off though. You can't go any higher than that. But I mean, there's nothing back there.
If you walk those stairs, are those stairs for bigger people?
No.
Or are they for every size humans of nowadays?
Oh, they're scary. No. These people made their steps very narrow. Yeah, I walk up it, and you'll see that I'm scared. I'm actually scared I'm going to fall, so I hold on to the rope. Because I think I'm holding on to the rope.
You can see they've been mended, though, can't you, by other people?
But yeah, now like I said, this was the very top level. But as far as the 2 platforms before this platform is just actually, I think, more grand in scale as far as the work goes. But yeah, now I'm walking around I'm going to climb up at one that I was zooming in on at the time. And once I get at the top, then you'll be able to see all the. I'll zoom out and I'll show you like how big the top level is. Like once. Yeah, I'll climb up. Look, if I recall, there's a little Mexican guy sitting on the steps. If I recall. Yeah, there he is.
Well, those steps are big for the steps are.
Not for me, because it's a pretty steep grade up. It's not like it might look like it's on a slant, but it's really not. I'm afraid of heights too. Imagine that.
I was wondering the size of the stairs.
I don't think they're that big. I have to turn my feet sideways. That woman was actually turned sideways. Her feet was turned.
Yeah.
Now,
over here.
yeah, see her feet are turned sideways because there's not a lot of room. Now it looks like there is, but there isn't. Yeah, it's even her feet's turned because you have to walk up it with your feet sideways. If not, you're gonna it's you'll see.
That's a great thing that you actually went there.
Look, yeah.
A better idea of the size and everything because you were there yourself. Wow, in that's steep.
And that's just one. Yeah, and that's just one level. Okay, that was just that top.
Yeah.
That's the observatory. That building that building right directly in front of you. Yeah. That is the observatory where they used to do star watching and the sun and the moon and whatnot. But that's just the one level. Now there's 3 more levels going down from there. Yeah. You can see right now I'm at the top of that mountain.
Yeah, you can see here it goes down.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah, there are a lot of levels in.
Yeah, there's like 3. Well, there's 3 levels before you get up there to the top. Yeah, it takes all day. It takes actually all day to do the whole thing. But that place was made by pygmies. But if you look at some of the, we'll check some of this out. Wait a second.
I can stop it. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, you'll see. I keep going because there's more that I can get back in there. Now I'll go back and pause that. Look at the little brick on top. Go up. Okay, I go.
Here.
Let it play a little bit. It'll clear up. Wait. Let keep playing. I guess not. There's a brick. There's a brick that looks like there's like an alien looking thing with antennas. Yeah. Okay. Over here. Yeah. If you look at this, look, it looks like a bug creature on top of a woman. Take a look at that. There's a woman laying on her back, and that's a creature that looks like he's having sex with her, but it does not look human. Yeah, look. Look at his head. Yeah, you go. Oh, you had it. You had it.
Almost.
Yeah, you actually had it. One more frame. Right? Yeah. Take a look at that. You can see her boobs. I mean, sorry, but I mean, it's what it is. Yeah, there's a lot of neat carvings up there. A lot of neat carvings.
Yeah.
That's just some of my camera work there.
Doesn't matter.
Wait till you check some of this out. Wait, this is actually good. Well, yeah, okay. Well, why did you do that?
Probably you were so excited that you were, oh my god. I also had that happen to me. That I was so excited that I moved the camera too fast sometimes.
But no, that Monte Alban doesn't get enough credit, and they just found that place in the 1980s. You could Google this. And I think they found it in like 1987, or it's a late find. It's not even like look at some of these. That's what I was getting at. Yeah, you'll see what I mean. Just let that play. This was inside some of the pyramids here, like some of the paintings and stuff. But yeah, you just kind of like got to go through and just look at each one, and you might find something that might be related to something that but yeah, there's a lot of cool. That place does not get enough credit, and in my opinion, it was the one of the neatest places.
I knew about the place, but I didn't know it was that big of a scale and big of a site.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's a whole mountaintop. I mean, it's like literally 3 levels. When I tell you that, I'm not kidding. Yeah, I mean, there's really some really cool things up there, and like I said, there's some skulls there, deformed skulls. I might even have them in this video. There's deformed skulls. Like it was like they worship these deformities, like these people that were deformed. It was like they worshiped them or something because they actually had like their own tombs, and I'm wondering. If I'm actually if they're in this video, they should be, but if they're not, I'll find it and then I'll send it to you.
Well, Well, I can skip
Like
a little bit ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. But yeah, this place is one of the top places in Mexico. Like if I was going to take somebody to pyramids, I would take them. The first place I'd want to take them there to Oaxaca to see Monte Alban, because once you see Monte Alban, and then like I said, the skulls, the giant skulls that's there. Yeah, I mean, then everything else can come later on, and that would be cool as well. Even the pyramid here is really neat. Like I said, one side was constructed with human remains, so it's not like that anymore. But it has a dark energy. It's worth at least going and checking out. You know, the Sun and Moon pyramids, and that's a must. That place is amazing. But Monte Alban, I think, is a little underrated. I mean, overrated. It's not appreciated. It's when people come to Mexico, they're usually wanting to go to
How do they explain all those pyramids?
Yeah, well, with the people who made these ones, they were so tiny. And like I said, the giant remains and the deformed skulls that's on that place kind of ties in with the Codex Borgia, because the Codex Borgia was the text that the ancient Maya wrote out for the Holy Roman Empire. Like gave out, like, it's called the Codex Borgia, and they showed a picture of them dragging a giant by a rope that's been disemboweled. They basically disemboweled a giant, and it showed like two sets of like 6 men dragging this remain, and it's written, and then the Italians wrote, like translated into Italian, what it meant, what it depicted and whatnot. There's some more cool stones too. Yeah, there's all kinds of. Sometimes you just gotta go frame by frame with some of these from time to time. But yeah, there's I got a lot of material on my YouTube from the pyramids. Like I said, I've been to altogether, if you add them all up, at least 100. Because I mean, when you're at this place, each one that is in pyramid shape is a pyramid. So like when you go to the Sun and Moon pyramid, that's not the only 2 pyramids there. Quetzalcoatl has a pyramid there on the complex as well, and you got to add that one in. And then I've been to places that's had like 6 of them alone on private property, and each one of those, that one right there has not been uncovered. Like they didn't uncover it, like they left it. They just left it like that because whatever reason. But that was one as well. It probably deteriorated from
your links in this description. Hangout, Robert. Your channel is in the description. Hangout.
It's still overgrown by trees. Also, you can see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's trees like the one on private property. The one place I went on private property. Yeah, trees start growing up, and I hold on to the side going down. But yeah, those steps they're not as wide as you think. They look like they're a lot wider than they are, but they're not. And it's a lot steeper than what it appears right there. Like it looks like it's not that steep, but
yeah,
they are.
Interesting, this site of Monte Alban. There's a lot of similarity to the site in Mexico of Teotihuacan.
Yeah. See, but they were 2 different people from 2 different time periods. Yeah. These were Pocalocas, and they did not get along with the Aztecs. No, the Aztecs were ruthless, and the Pocalocas were not like that. They were different. And yeah, you and all right. And anyway,
Oh,
look at that.
Well, that's educational for your children. So the things
Oh yeah. My kids are learning a lot of things that kids in America is not learning. I was blessed. God has been very good to me. I made a promise to him and he kept his word. I mean, basically he gave me the life that I wanted to have something different than the normal person that's from my area of the woods. Like I'm from West Virginia, northern part, but I'm still from West Virginia, and not many people from my hometown, besides Brad Paisley, he's the only one. Besides him, nobody's really gotten out of there, and when they do get out of there, they don't go far. You know, Columbus, Ohio, Pittsburgh, you know, they don't go far, and they don't really, nobody gets to do anything, you know, they don't get to learn anything from the natural world, you know, and whatnot. So I was fortunate. I told God I made a pact. Well, what happened is I was down on my luck, I was starving. God came to me, provided me with what the needs that I needed, and I made a promise that I would do whatever path he would show me, I would take. And I came down the truther path back in 2012. And ever since then, I mean, I've tried to do the right thing. I've tried to, because he's given me so much. I mean, he showed me a whole world that not many has ever seen. You know, I have been blessed, you know, and where I live at is close to, I'm a bus ride away from anything that I want to go see. You know, whatever pyramid I want to go to, I'm a bus ride away, you know, like a few hours away, you know. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, they were short people. That's what I was trying to show you right there.
something. Angel, have you been to many pyramids? Angel,
Huh?
have you been to many pyramids? I was just asking Angel, have you been?
I have never been to what would be called a pyramid. In fact, I can't even say I've been to what would be called a monolithic site. I kind of told you the one time I had the opportunity to see the mounds that are located in Illinois here in the States. There are like 8 of them. They're the United States pyramids, U.S. pyramids. And
yeah, I'm from Moundsville, West Virginia.
okay,
How
so
ironic.
You know of what I see. So I was.
Yeah, the largest Indian burial mound in the world is in my hometown.
Yeah,
yes, Moundsville, West
they're
Virginia.
Indian burial mounds, but I'm not gonna. They are mounds. They are there. They exist. I was in Illinois, and my friend, she said, "Do you want to go see the mounds?" And I said, "The mounds? What are the mounds?" She said, "Oh, these big, huge piles of dirt." I'm like, "What are the other options?" "Oh, we can go roller skating." "All right, let's go roller skating." You know, at the time, I didn't even know they existed. Never heard of them before. Today, wow. I would love to go see them, all 8 of them. But, you know, it was timing and being there, but I didn't see it. Didn't happen. I have had other luxuries. I've been in the, you know, was in the Empire State Building, was in the Trade Center, was in the Statue of Liberty. So I've done that stuff.
Awesome. Yeah. Look, I don't know what I did in my life. I must have did something good in my past, because I was put on a path that was like, not for much money either. It wasn't like I had much money going on in my life at the time. I just put my faith in God. I mean, he showed me a way, and I was like, you know what? I'm taking advantage. You know, I'm going to take advantage of this. He's presenting it to me. I'm going to use it. You know, and I'm going to use it to where I better myself. I'm not just going to go to shack up with a girl. I'm going to go learn something. You know, I'm going to get learns you know, as Monty would say. Anyway, no, I got here, and first thing I seen when I got here to meet my wife is Cholula, and that pyramid is huge, absolutely. And I walked through that one. I have a video on my wall. It's called the Five Suns, and I do a walkthrough on this one where I actually walk in. You know, like you can go inside this one, and it's just it's crazy how big that place is. But as far as I just like I said, I got lucky. But see, I was never afraid to travel because growing up as a child, my stepfather was a contractor. I hate talking about this, but he was a governmental contractor. He worked in, okay, I'll tell you his job, because he's dead now. I can actually talk about this. It ain't no big deal anyway. Well, I can't talk about one part, but anyway, I've been to White Sands. I was in a White Sands, New Mexico's military base. That's that's where they do testing, nuclear testings. I was on that military base as a child, playing in a pile of sand or dirt. I remember that as my stepfather was actually working. I was playing. And I remember what he told me when we went there and when we were leaving. He goes, "You know why the sands is white?" I said, "No." He goes, "From all the nuclear blasting. That's why it's bleached." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I mean, I was such a young kid, but I traveled a lot as a kid. His job required us. I spent basically 2 weeks of school every month. I was in school for 2 weeks. I was on the road. I did this till he passed away, and I got to be on an Indian reservation, not a casino, but an actual Cherokee Indian reservation in Pigeon Forge. Is it Pigeon Forge? Yeah. In the Smoky Mountains. We spent like a week, and I mean, we were with actual Indians, teepees, the campfires and the dancing and all that stuff that you would see on TV. I got to witness as a kid. So getting back to me traveling, I just was never really scared about it because I spent so much time on the road as a kid and seen so much of the world as a kid that it really didn't affect me. So when it came time to me to make a choice on, changing my life, and when I changed my life, I literally went from being a dumbed down, joke, that somebody that used to be the butt of every joke, or I used to be the clown. So, like basically I was the joke, and I went from being like that to just, being somewhat awake. It's all been a journey, but I literally made it a physical journey for me as well, I guess. I mean, I guess in a way you sometimes have to maybe physically put the mileage into your shoes for you. What you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't have the wisdom of your feet, and as a dancer, I know Jay should understand if you don't have the wisdom in your feet, in your soul, in your feet, your soul, if you don't have the wisdom there from actually traveling, yeah, you could travel in your mind, but unless you can actually touch it or taste it or feel it, or you use your five senses with it, you're only getting half the lesson. I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, I'm not trying to come across as being arrogant, but from my life experiences, for me, you kind of have to live. If you're going to travel these great distance in your mind, sometimes I just feel like you kind of have to physically do it too. You physically have to go along with it. Instead of talking about Egypt, let's go to Egypt. I mean, like, it's almost like you kind of need the experience. If you're going to do it, you might as well go full effect. If you're going to go all out. You might as well get the energies that comes from these things. You know, it's great to know about all this stuff, but like I say, the world gives gives back to you. You know, like sometimes these different places, they do something to you. They change you. They alter your who you are. I can't explain. That's just how pyramids, what they did for me. Now, it may not work for everyone, but for me, I noticed a drastic change in who I was after that. I mean, I didn't want to be the person I was in the past. I felt like, you know, look what has been created before me, and you know, look what these campaigns of, you know, these European campaigns against the Aztec, not the Maya, but the Aztecs, destroyed a lot of advancements. You know, the Europeans were actually, no offense, because I'm European, but they didn't have running water. They came to Mexico City. Every house had running water with the Aztecs. I mean, they were clean people. Like the Europeans brought the diseases here. They never had diseases. Actually, Mexico City was like Venice, and it was man-made. Like they had the waterways in Mexico City back when it was the Aztec Empire, and they had the waterways instead of streets. They used to take boats up and down the streets, you know, instead of horse. You know, they didn't have horses. You know, that was brought, you know, later, you know, so by the Europeans. I just feel like there was a lot of things that we've lost out on here. A lot of history's been hidden, especially after you know, Library of Alexandria getting burned down twice. You know, we really don't know what's going on, but the flat Earth movement, definitely we have a good jump on it. I mean, we know that things aren't the way. They have taken our true power away from us. It's what they've done. The elite knows that how powerful we are. We're enlightened beings. We're given something that even the adversary can't take from us, and that's our creativity. We can still create. You know, that's how we're connected to God. He was the creator, but he gave us the power to create. And the devil, or the adversary, cannot create. And that's what they're taking. They're hiding the fact that we're all powerful beings that can actually do anything that we put our mind. We can do. We can move mountains according to the New Testament. We should, you know, with the faith of a mustard seed. Now think about it, the faith of a mustard seed. So that means we need to really analyze this. A man can move a mountain. Well, we gotta think about why would he say it like that? Because obviously we were powerful beings. There's something that we're being disconnected. There's a disconnect TV. There's a frequency alteration going on in our reality that's disconnecting us from the source. And the source is, we know what the source is. When we die, we become earth. Okay, when we die, we go back to the earth. It has to be flat, because what happens? We're not going to be all balled up in a ball. We rot away. We deteriorate back to a level dirt. I mean, level. You know, it's reality. You know, we are earth. We're organic beings living out in this meat. The truth of the matter is we're spiritual beings living in meat suits. This is temporary. We go back to the earth. Our souls go to heaven. So yeah, we're flat. I mean, we're flat, okay? Because that's what happens when we die. When we rot away, you're not going to rot away. You're not going to decompose into a ball. You know, it's going to be laid out flat. Okay, it's simple. It's not that, but you know, that's just my belief. You know, that's conjecture or whatever. I'm sure people in chat's having a kick right now. But the truth of the matter is, they're hiding our power from us. We can create. There's two kinds of people in the world. There's destroyers and builders. You got to take your place in this. Either you're going to destroy or you're going to build. That's why I make a lot of videos. Yeah, they suck, but you know what? I'm still creating. I am creating. I'm not doing the opposite of that. I'm not destroying. I'm creating. I'm staying on a path. Hey, look.
One second, Robert, hang on. Jay, what is he?
I'm a dancer.
I'm sorry, what was that, Karen?
What is Robert? He's a what?
I think Robert is a dancer. Yeah, he's a lovely dancer, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You're saying a lot of great things, man. A lot of good things.
I'm in tune. If all I can say is I'm not the smartest guy. I don't know everything, and I'll be the first to admit I do not know everything. But I am in tune with what's going on in the world, and we are part of it. We are all we're. It's so much. They're hiding who we really are and what we really are, what we can do. It's positive. The world tries to make everything. Tries fear porn us into not doing anything. We're designed. They want us just to submit to them. Work a job that you're going to hate, pay your taxes, and just have enough food to have enough money just to survive, and that's it. They don't want us to think that we can actually get away from that by just believing in ourselves enough to do it. Like the biggest problem I see with a lot of my friends will be like, oh, I can never do this or I can never do that because I got children. It's like, dude, you can still do it. You think these people throughout history said, okay, no, these people who makes waves in history, the ones that we know of, sometimes had to make certain sacrifices for their kids so their kids could have a better life in the future. Yeah, you might have to sacrifice a little bit of time or money or whatever at this point. But those people who those aren't the ones that gave up. They give up. They're like, okay, my life became this. This is what it's been boxed into. I'm fenced in. I got children. I can only do this. This is all I can do now. My life is just raising these kids. Yeah, that's great and everything. But do you want your kids to have if you want your kids to have a better future, you have to create that future. Even you have to make certain sacrifices in life. Yeah, it might not always be the best, the most moral. You sometimes have to walk away from people in your life that perhaps you have to become better. If not, because you're going to stay in the same surroundings. What happens when you're in the same surroundings? It's like sharks. You're swimming in a pool and you got all these sharks around you waiting for one drop of blood. What do they do as soon as you get a drop of blood? They attack you. Sometimes the only way you can better yourself is get away from the environment because there's too many parasites and predators out there in our natural environment. I like being in an environment where I don't know the language that well. I actually like it. I don't make no friends, so nobody's going to stab me in the back. Simple as that. I don't have to worry about somebody doing me wrong in the long run because my communications are limited, so I can't become too friendly with too many. I think it's pretty logical. That way I can stay focused on my family and on research and on the things and on creating, because no matter what, you have to have time in your life to create. If you don't have the time, then yeah, you can say you're a creator, but if you can't make time to create, then you're not really you're not really doing it. You're just saying it, So I try to always keep busy, at least progressing, making something, even though, I just do it because I got certain morals I live by now, and it is, I'm a creator. I'm not a destroyer. I don't want to be a destroyer. That was me maybe in the past. I'm not doing it anymore. I want to make things. I want to open my mind to other ideas, become greater every You know, every year I want to be able to look back on my life and say, you know what? I'm not one of these type of people who I became 50 years old, got comfortable, because what happens when you get comfortable? If you should never become comfortable, because when you become comfortable, that's when your life is over. You have nothing else to live. Because if you're uncomfortable, then you always know there's room for improvement, that you need to fix something. You need to make it better. You never become too comfortable. You become comfortable, then you gave up. That's my opinion too.
Excuse me, Robert.
Thank you.
Big hand for Robert.
Sorry, hey, I speak from my heart. Like, that's what I do. Like, I don't read a script. I don't have any things that I have in mind that I want to talk about. I just speak from my heart. My heart tells me what to say. Sometimes it's wrong. You know, I put my foot in my mouth, but not too often, because I stay true to my values and my morals. I try to stay within that framework. Then that way I can't, you know, go down a path where I'm going to be like, you know, like, well, the last thing I want to be known as, from the point that I made my change, is I don't want to be known as a liar. That's first and foremost. I don't want nobody to lie to me. Therefore, I'm not going to lie to anybody else. I don't see no need in it, because that's just that you can't make. Look, if you go and lie, okay, say you lie to somebody and there's no trust, then from that point forward, then you're like, well, you're just gonna be weary of that. So you try to go at this as being honest as you can, you know. So no matter what, I just don't like being lied to. That's like the one thing that probably irks me more than anything, is when you got people close in your life. I mean, I'm talking close. Sometimes it could be a spouse, sometimes it could be a mother, a father, and they'll lie right to your face. And it's like, wow. I mean, you know, my own mother, wife, cousin, uncle, brother, aunt, you're just sitting there like, I can't believe this. You know, like, why? You know, and to me, I just don't like the lies. I think, you know, coming into this truth movement, that's what happens. You tend to realize that you're accountable for what you say and what you do, and you'll be held to look, no matter what, we know there's a creator, and therefore, hey, we're accountable. So you have to be careful. You have to, like, I don't get on Facebook anymore, and I don't really like to. Now, people will say I'm conspiratorial or whatnot. I'm really not. I'm just fact-based. If I can find something and factually it's a truth, and if it sits right with me, then I'll post it, you know, because I put my neck on the line a few times in my life about a couple different subjects, and got burnt really bad. I mean, it was crazy how bad I looked like a fool, and I learned my lesson from it. I was like, never again. Next time, I'll make sure I do my due diligence and do the research, and not rely, because sometimes you can't rely on somebody else. They might be misled. You have to do your own research, and that's how we fine tune this whole thing and get better at it. Is if everybody, because we all have different perspectives, but I mean, besides the perspectives, there has to be scientific method has to always fall back into this, where somebody else is going to have to verify the same thing as you know, because if not, it's just opinion. You know, anybody can have an opinion, and we all do, but I try to keep everything to somewhat a factual base. Even that firmament video that I made here recently, I thought the graphics I did in that was pretty freaking awesome. How I did that. I put waters above, waters below, and I took the P900 shots of stars and put it in between the waters above and the waters below. And then I just took Bible verses, all the Bible verses that was referring to the firmament, and it was just like, wow. You know, and I even used the
That's
book
the
of
one you
Enoch.
had with the sun in the clouds, looking on the water.
Yes. That to me, that not a lot of people's going to like it, but to me, visually, I think it's a red pill for some people, because visually they can see. Okay, the Bible says the firmament separated waters from the waters from above from the waters below. Now you got the firmament. I got the firmament, and then I got the P900 shots of random stars. You know, video, not pictures, but videos of the stars in that firmament area. I thought it was a good visualization, especially, I mean, and the music's my friend who has the one hand that plays guitar actually wrote the music for it by himself. He wrote it, and then I put it in it, and I think that video to me,
Well, let's hope he
artistic.
doesn't give you a copyright infringement.
Huh?
I was saying, let's just hope he doesn't give you a copyright infringement.
Oh no, he gave it to me. He's cool. He's cool. No, dude, I was going to have him come today, actually, just to sit in, but he's open-minded. I'm not going to say that. I've talked to him about the things that we all know about and talk about, and he understands some of it, but I'm not pressuring him. I'm red pilling this guy just a little bit at a time. Just a little bit at a time. I started out with the P900. I was like, dude, look at this. All right. I showed him the P900 and how it works, and how could that be 250,000 miles away, and how can those craters be 60 miles? Some of those craters 60 miles across. How can that be possible from 250,000 miles away? How is my camera able to draw that in? And I'm teaching him little things about NASA and stuff, but I'm not trying to red pill him all the way, because the thing about Mexicans, and they're smart people, don't get me wrong, the indoctrination is deep here, very deep. And I'm not trying to make any enemies. You know, I don't have that many friends, and he's a creator. Like I said, I just want to align myself with creators. I'm tired of destroyers, and we have some even in the movement. We know there is, and it's sad because they could be creators. They just chose to be destroyers, and I think that we just need to maybe address this. That we need a more creative mind. Hive mind behind this. We need to think about how we can create. That's why I say about a production.
There's givers and there's takers.
Yeah, but yeah, you can look at it that way. I just say creators and destroyers because initially, if givers, you're creating trust. I just break it down to just create and destroy. But yeah, you're right. It's givers and takers. But
hey, Robert,
not even that. I think those takers are
behind you. Robert, there's a nice rainbow. There's a nice rainbow on your wall behind you.
Oh yeah, the sun shines. That's why I'm telling you. Wait till you see this. All right, now you're gonna see rainbows. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I what can I say? I got rainbows around me.
You said some amazing stuff tonight, Robert, and you know we love you.
Oh, I love you all too. I mean, look, I don't contribute enough to pry up myself, and it's not because I do stay focused on creating, and I just want to create. And sometimes if I don't have anything to offer, I feel like I'm just, it would be a waste of space. So therefore, sometimes you might not hear from me for a while, but it's only because I'm trying to stay focused on creating, because I'm tired of tearing down. The pyramids weren't built. They were built. They weren't destroyed. I mean, some of them are, but you know what I'm saying. They weren't just they they didn't take something beautiful and destroy it. They took rocks and built something out of rocks, you know, and ingenuity and you know, creativeness, you know, and that's what's wrong. We don't have enough. We've got a lot of creative people, but the egos, we need to get together and just blow this.
Deprogrammed.
We need to blow this shit up.
I'll agree with the creativity, but would it be within your realm to think that some of those rocks are fabricated and not quarried, poured, molded?
Oh, no, I get the logistics. No, I get the logistics, and yeah, I totally follow you because I know about some of these. Yeah, as you go down to farther south, Patagonia, down in the Patagonia area, the Nazca lines, and then you got that what's the Paracas, the complexes around that area where they found the Paracas skulls with the laser, you know, decision, the spacing between the stones, like, you know, precise, almost like they've been laser cut. No, I get what you're saying. No, but you know what I meant too as well about there's creators and destroyers, and I just try to, I just want to just keep stick with what I enjoy doing. It might not be what I'm the best at, like photography. I'm not the best photographer, but I like to stick with it. I like to keep doing it. The only way you're going to get better is by to keep doing it. But my editing skills are getting better. I like some of my tricks that I can do, and I'm getting really,
you know, there's
better with the editing aspect. So
there's also, as far as photography, there's people who have the skill set to balance the photo and know like this and that, and this is the perfect wedding shot. You want to, you know, set the thing and blah, blah, blah. And I get that. And then there's also the other side of it with the exposure and how here I got a big sunspot, like hot spot right there, even though the light bulb is way up higher. I mean, I understand, but when you're shooting as you are nature, even when you get a bad spot, you're still documenting evidence.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Have you seen?
Have you set data points, follow things, and understand like, hey, when we see this, this is what's happening. You know, we're building data points, and you know, it's the more data, the better understanding. At least we can disprove what isn't true.
Hey, you know what video that we should have up there, and I don't understand why I didn't even suggest it. Yeah, I'm gonna find this because I want to show you at the Sun and Moon Pyramid how the perspective. Check yeah, let me find this because the perspective from the Moon Pyramid. Oh my, it is it's worth it. Wait a second. Here we go. Yeah. Like I said, I got a lot of videos. Wow. Where would that be?
I haven't seen yet.
Here it is.
I haven't seen somebody does a balloon launch with a 3D camera just hanging from the bottom, so it gets like a full 3D view.
You know what? Look here.
Did somebody just recently do that?
There at Teotihuacan, you can actually go up in a balloon, and if you have to pay for a permit to take, you have to actually pay for a permit to take a camera onto the complex.
Yeah,
I'm afraid of heights. I can't go up in hot air balloons. I would pass out. I cannot do height, but I mean, I almost passed out. You know, I'm on the edge of the Sun Pyramid. Okay, like there's the picture that Karen was talking about. My wife is taking a picture of me. I'm literally on the corner.
Give me a second. Give me 20 seconds.
Yeah. And
Oh, what's Angel's going to show us something?
I'm going to drop this into the chat. This was the one with the sun and moon pyramid. This one is the one that has some great visuals on it because
All right.
I slowed it. I actually slow it down.
These are my answers to the where they don't allow you to take video and stuff. This is a cute little keychain. It records for about 90 minutes. It can record for much longer if you put like a 2 gig, or actually I think a 32 gig chip is the biggest it'll fit in here.
Nice. You are the man.
It records better than a camcorder that I used to carry around as a high school kid with the battery pack on it. So the technology today has gotten so small and so benign. I have the pair of sunglasses that also has a little recorder in it. And this is what a lot of our police were using for a while. Now they've got nice like, heavy duty things that you can like drop in the mud and jump on. But you know, either way, something really small and benign like this can be easily gotten into the areas, and you can even carry it around discreetly. This can be carried around so discreetly.
Wow, that is amazing.
And I have
a
Bluetooth one that sits, and it just looks just like just like a Bluetooth headset, and you can act like you're on the phone and be dictating and just be recording. And this is what and this is, you know, it's it is.
I
so
went out.
Small.
I went out and bought a gimbal. You know what's messed up? I went out and bought one of those harnessed ones. Okay, I could go get it and show you. It's one of those ones where you can attach your camera to your body, like to your chest, in front of you.
Oh, with the gimbal on it.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And that I couldn't take it in there. No, they would not. They consider that professional equipment. I can't take. I got some good equipment. I cannot take it. None of the stuff into the pyramids. They're like, no. I'm like, come on. I was like, you know, I want to be able to walk. You know, because that's my whole point. I don't want to use a tripod. I'd rather have the camera attached to me on a nice gimbal and just walk along and show everything as I'm walking along. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. And they won't let me.
But they would let you bring in a tripod.
They won't let you take a tripod either. No, I had to leave both of those items at the desk at the front of the complex. And oh boy, I was afraid they were going to steal it. Because they don't have to do that for you. They didn't have to leave. I was supposed to take the ship back to the vehicle, but we had to go back to the bus, and the bus actually left to go get fuel or whatever. So I couldn't even return. I couldn't even take the stuff back to the bus. So because I took it's better just to go on a bus. These like I have a car, but you know what? You're better off just taking a bus
and everything else, and worried if it's going to get broken into while you're in there. I totally understand.
So yeah, you can just take like a tourist guy, you know, have a tourist take you its package and whatnot. So I had to leave the stuff at the front ticket booth. Oh boy, was I worried the whole time. I basically ran through that place. Oh, now, like I told you guys, I found some of my artifacts there, small things, but still cool things. Yeah, because I mean, the complex is bigger than just the pyramid. It's not like, you know, it's like a park. I mean, literally, like, you know, it's all fenced in, and you can pretty much wander off wherever you want.
Do they have a really cool map of the whole thing, kind of topology wise, and that like we could kind of figure out what it does? Because I'm sure there's some pretty cool. Some of the ones that Artis pulls up you can see where water was designed to flow through it, and there are spillways, splash, and ponds. You can see how it was totally where even the water was designed to splash down, run into a gully, down and into a lower pool. And it's I'm sure they're doing something quite cool. If nothing else, it was a really cool waterway, and it shows a mastery of water. And then you say, like,
Yeah.
where did they get that much water up to the top? Okay, well, they did it somehow. They weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't just waiting for a rainy day.
No, it never rains. 5 days of rainy a
Well,
day. I mean, 5 days of rain a year here.
Just
I mean,
because that's currently the way the climate is. You
Yeah.
can't say that's always the way the climate is. And just because
Right.
you don't see water, there really is water below us.
Oh yeah.
And it is quite possible that somehow there's that the configuration or something may suck the water up, like plants suck the water up. I mean, I don't know.
Well, the Aborigines in Australia knows about that technique. They somehow they just know where they can take a staff or a stick and just they know where to drive it in the ground. And there's a story called "The Mutant Message from Down Under," and that is an amazing story. It's about a doctor. I won't get into the logistics of it, but mutant message from down under. It's about this. I'll just a quick sign off. I'll just tell you real fast. It's about this doctor, and she was writing a book, and she was going to get permission to go write a book about the Aborigines, and she was going to document their travel because they travel every year on a pilgrimage from the west to the east side of Australia. Well, she was being offered a chance to go on the journey with them. However, when the thing first started, they made her burn all of her possessions, everything. They had this big hole dug. They told her she had to get undressed. She had to strip down to nothing. She had to throw her passport, her jewelry, her gold. She was a wealthy woman too, and like had to throw everything in this hole, and they lit the hole on fire. And basically, they made this journey across Australia, and at one point, it became her job to find the water. It was her job, and like each person in this community,
She learned trial by fire.
Yeah. She had to learn, and they were about to die. I guess they were about to die, and so
no. See, no, you can't.
Well, no, they
knew how to find it. They were carving it out trial by fire.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. To survive,
she found water. Yeah, but I guess she stunk so bad because like she was detoxing, and they kept making fun of her for being stinky. So you know what they did to make her stench go away, because she was talking about her period and all that. Like, you know, all this time she was really stinking bad. They buried her in dirt. That's how I guess they do it. You know, that's how you clean somebody.
Off, so does all the oils and stuff. I could go with.
So they buried her, and then she didn't stink anymore after that, or she knew to cleanse herself with dirt, I guess, after that. But yeah, mutant message from down under. That was a kind of like a beginning of my awakening in a weird way, because it taught me about. They took her to their sacred place too, where nobody's allowed to go and this and that, and supposedly. She doesn't talk about what was in this cave. There's a cave. Yeah, Santos would know more about this than me. He knows all. He probably knows the story about it. But yeah, there's this sacred place, and supposedly she's been there, and they're supposed to have some amazing, whatever. It's been legend to have like, crystals or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember that much of the story right now. I just remember from what I read certain aspects, and yeah, she became a new person because of the journey. That's what I said. That's what I was referring. Wow, everything goes full circle. Sometimes you got to put the mileage into your souls to really get the understanding of
also, she learned the nature. The bigger picture is like, you can have all the money in the world, if you don't know how to live, you don't understand how to keep yourself healthy, you don't know how to get the food the water you need, then you're subservient to somebody, because somebody else is
Yeah.
doing it for you.
You're so right. Yeah, but that was an amazing story, a book. Yeah, Mutant Message from Down Under. I'll never forget that book.
Hey, do you know what I
And,
reckon? I reckon the angel should come and see you in all those pyramids.
I know. Well, Jay's coming down. I'm telling you, we all just form a community. Look,
I just learned, as of this January, I believe, that if I was to go into Mexico, I now have to have a passport.
yeah. Oh,
And
yeah,
that's
you have to have a
something
passport.
I have never done in my existence upon this plane.
Well, hey, I'll let you in on a little secret, but no, I shouldn't. It's not that hard to get across it's not that hard to get into Mexico.
You just have to play it safe.
No, it's not
You
that
know,
hard to get into Mexico. The hardest thing is getting back across, because if you don't have a passport, your ass is getting held up for a long time, because I got held up once, and I had a passport, but they still held me up. I had to get my eyes biometrically scanned. I got interrogated by Homeland Security and everything. Oh, it was fucked up. Only because I presented my ID first, because my passport was in a pocket. It was hard for me to get to because I had my book bag on, like I was traveling with a book bag, a backpack, and no book bag, backpack.
Why would it be horrible to only present your? I mean, I understand their thinking, their procedure, policies, but
I don't know what their thinking was.
Why do you need to have your passport? They don't really do any of that stamping crap.
I
stuff.
told them at the border, I said, I'm on American soil, right? I said, do I really need to present my passport if I'm on U.S. soil? He was like, yeah. I'm like, really? I'm a U.S. citizen. Well, you need to come with us. Literally took me in a room. I got interrogated. It was two-way mirror and the whole BS. Oh, it was. I had different guys coming in and asking me the same questions. I had this one dude come in. There was good bad. There was good cop bad.
You had already given them your passport, right?
And I had my passport.
Already gotten it.
Look, I was wearing one of these vests, like those like safari type vests.
Right. At what point did you give them your passport?
In the beginning,
or did
but I showed them my ID first.
So they were doing all this after they already knew you had a passport. They were just being dickheads.
Yeah, being dickheads. One cop came in. I mean, it was a whole good cop, bad cop routine, and I was able to name every article that was in my bag because I knew what I had on me. And I knew exactly what possessions I had. And they kept going, well, what are you doing in Mexico? What are you doing? I said, I got family in Mexico. I'm free. I have a passport. I'm not a criminal. So obviously I have a passport, so I can travel freely. And they didn't care. I knew my rights. I knew what, and I even had a Bible. Well, I had a Bible in my bag too. And, I remember when they pulled that out and looked at it.
Oh my God.
They looked at me like I was some kind of nut. I'm like, what? I'm not allowed to carry a Bible with me? It's good reading material whenever you're on the bus. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I mean, it was just crazy. I've been but it's not that hard to get into Mexico. You just wait till you wait till nighttime. You cross the border at night. Usually the visa office isn't even open. You can just walk right on by. As a matter of fact, that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
Want to use your bathroom?
Somebody just got here. I got to actually take off. But yeah, no, I agree with you on that. That was.
You should try to come. Look, you could get a passport card for $50. You don't need it.
They're not expensive. It's just that getting it done.
Yeah, $50. You could. I'm telling you, if you're into the pyramids, you've been talking about these things. You need to start to really get
I'm
the
not
energy.
into the pyramids in general. My primary focus is the ones on the Giza Plateau. I also. You may want to look into, because it sounds like you may not know of it. There's a guy named Carl Monk. He has this thing called The Code. There's like 10 hours of videos on YouTube on it. that really kind of explains how some of these structures are actually to be read from above as like a buoy, and it's a waypoint, and it mathematically tells you where upon the surface of the plane using the same what is it, the equidistant map, the same grid, only the difference is the pyramid is the zero, the primary meridian.
Yes,
and
yes, the original prime meridian. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I know. I mentioned the grid earlier. No, these pyramids are on grid lines. Yes. Oh, I totally agree with you. I don't know about that person you're speaking of, but I remember I kind of learned a little bit about this from a guy named Stan Deo. He was so yeah, I've been down all these rabbit holes, and yes, you're right. Even if you look at the when you look into Jewish folklore, pre-Adam, when you're into the antediluvian world, when the Atlantis and all this, it was set up different, like basically the grid, like there was a huge earth grid, and that's how they would harness the energy from all these points on earth. That's how Atlantis was able to. Yeah, I'm
not gonna argue that. Either way, I gotta split right now, but
dash.
Has been great talking to you. And
likewise.
I'll catch you again.
All right, sounds
Angel.
good.
Yeah,
Angel.
thanks for being on the panel, Angel. Always a
Angel,
pleasure.
we love you, Angel.
All right, thank you. Have a great
evening.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, have a great evening.
Hey, it's always sad when someone leaves the panel. Can I just say that Jay's been sitting there waiting. Jay, do you want to say a bit, and then we'll just finish the hangout talking about whatever?
Yeah, wow. A lot of passion.
It's
good to hear passion.
He was dancing. Robert's been dancing.
But what he was saying about performance, about putting our talents together, it's important. Because when you look at the pyramids, bodies built that. And so when the body is the microcosm of the universe, as above, so below, those temples are a symbol of the body. So they were dancing rituals, for sure, to communicate to higher intelligence from the way in which they were moving with their vibration. And depending on what part of the earth it was, they would do that kind of a dance. So hence the importance of the body being a thing that can manipulate nature, or can be a symbol of it, or build symbols, because they're building these structures to talk to something much higher. I was doing a lot of research on kabuki. It actually comes from the Kaaba or the Kabbalah. It's all the same word for the cube, which is the earth. So kabuki is a dance, which is about satire. Now, you're dancing with the energy of the cube. Already there's a vibration set with that style. It's doing something. It's manifesting an energy. It's not entertainment. So the satire is Saturn. That's a satirical energy. They're speaking literally to a vibration and dancing with it. Saturn is Satan. At one point, Saturn was the sun in the sky, and there was a battle, and then Saturn no longer ruled it, and the sun, Horus, ruled, and things changed, and then Venus came in the damn mix, and everything just shifted. And so now we're repressing the female, right? We're repressing the fact that this energy came to possibly help calm down the satirical or Saturnian dark energy. Hence, these orbs go through shit. Jupiter is jovial. It's the happy planet, literally in etymology. Why? Venus came out of that planet. So anything that we're doing down here with entertainment, if it's comedy and tragedy, you have to get into your satire, hence Saturn, and you got to get into your good humor sense, which is Jupiter, your jovial sense. Hence, you get Seinfeld for comedy. Kramer from Seinfeld was a 33rd degree Freemason, Scottish Rite, which gives birth to your KKK. So we have to be careful with our comedians who are entertaining you as Freemasons, or Sam. Mason, S-A-M, is Samuel Mars, the god of war. They work together with this shit. So hence the importance as a teacher and a choreographer. I make ballets that speak to astrology, that just, I don't even think about it. I say, this is Saturn. I know what Saturn is. So I'm going to play with it because I have my own understanding of Saturn. So I'm talking to it for sure. Then that's going to be Jupiter. That's that constellation. What does that mean? I've manifested it. That's what performance is. Hence, when a child drinks formula, this is interesting. They're forming into something. Why do they use 6 figures? Do you make 6 figures? Did you have a father figure? Or are you just a coat hanger, a skeleton in my closet with no flesh to back up your soul, right?
Wow.
Formula. So performing, you're not just entertaining. It's a trick. Entertainment is more than entertainment. When you're getting all stimulated, that's a ritual. Your blood goes up and you're screaming for your rock band. Cool, no judgment. But when you're sweating and you're drinking beer and you're thinking about having sex and then there's the sexy thing on stage. Sex, that's 6 constant. It's a number. Sex is a number. You have numbers flowing in your body. So when you're performing as a human body, you're a temple, right? Your abdominals are bricks. Women have the ability to have muscles like men do. We are fortresses. So once again, the importance of understanding our satire, our Saturnian satanic energy, we all have it. It's called the coronal plane, and our comedy side. So we can be careful who our comedians are, Seinfeld. And we have our Saturnian TV shows, Walking Dead. Well, the sickle is Saturn, rules death. So now we're walking with death, and we have a zombie burger chain here in Iowa. It's called Zombie Burger, and it's a picture of a face with the tongue coming out, blood coming. I'm not kidding. And then a burger under the damn shit. And I'm thinking to my damn self, do I want to really go in a place that's showing a dead energy holding something? I'm going up in there like, yeah, yo, boom. Then I go to the sauna with my Beats by Dre, and I'm sweating. You're performing. You understand what you're doing there? You're forming energy. You're shocking your chakras. Shock, electricity, Electra, Daredevil, and the elite. Paula, tick, tick, tick. It's a beat. The cops walk the beat. When you choreograph, you get up, you go to the bathroom, you've just choreographed something. You see, they fucked up dance. They have you thinking dance is a genre. That's Zumba, that's Baboomba, that's Achunga, that's ballet, that's Asuka and Amuka, electric slide, what pop locking? Pop, popa, pope, lock, Lakshmi, Lakshmi. She unlocks you and frees you. So if we don't know these things, right? And my body is a temple of astrology. So when I put something together and I'm connected to my solar system plexus, I'm no longer perplexed. I'm not perplexed anymore. I'm not thinking. You see, the wise ones back in the day, they were not theorizing the pyramids. They were building them and performing in them and manifesting good things and bad things for sure. Hence my man talking about body parts, which backs up my Venus stuff with Emmanuel Velikovsky, important Worlds in Collision. After Venus's birth, they were doing rituals you wouldn't believe. They were cutting body parts off, and they were doing them in pyramids, in temples. Now, at the Kaaba, it's known for the black stone. Listen, it's known for the black stone. There's literally a mineral that they're harnessing that's a symbol of Venus's stone. Venus is more than emerald and green. It's very complex. She's the Black Madonna. That's your mafia. She has that vibe. So if I'm doing the magic flute, listen to this now. That's your sexual organ, people. Women and men both have flutes. You see where I'm going? If I am performing the magic flute and I'm a Freemason known as Mozart, Mozart, yes, he went to India and knew his shit. The harpsichord came from the Hindu. That string shit, come on. Anyway, so he's doing his magic flute. Once again, he's performing formula, forming energy And who is he talking to? Who is Papa Gino? What character is that in that opera? When I open my mouth, I manifest things. You're going into the opera house. You go to church, right? The church is going to make you feel something, right? You leave a building, it's a damn fucking building, but you're fucking all affected and shit now. A building did that to you? Holy shit. You go to your apartment, you don't get the Holy Ghost. You don't get the Holy Ghost. Your apartment, shit. Fuck you die to pay rent, but you don't get the Holy Ghost. You have to go to a building for someone to make you, right, perform. So hence the importance as an artist to understand what is this magic flute doing when he plays it. He's playing the flute so that he can turn your lead into gold. Listen to me.
Yeah.
Simple. What does that mean? You saw rainbows in my man's bricks, right? Rainbows coming from the sun, right? You just saw them. Who's the rainbow serpent? Lucifer, Venus.
Yeah.
Right. You see where I'm going? You see where I'm going?
I knew about the frequency in the church too.
Frequency.
Like pipe organs. Yeah.
You know when they sing in Latin, heart, head, heart, head, that's the chakras. They got the ha. Those levels are your vibrations. It's actually beautiful. It's not all evil, but when they chant in the Roman, Catholic Church and sing those levels, your subconscious brain is a bell. When I ring my bells, my Tibetan bells, my head vibrates. My pineal gland squeezes like a straw, and I start to tingle from bells.
That's why they have the song, Jay. You can ring my bell. My bell.
Who is Bell? Exactly. Bell is Baal, B-A-A-L. Now, Velikovsky says Baal is known to be Venus as well. So when you're doing your ballet rituals, here we go back to what you were talking about. We have to perform and understand what these pieces mean, what these operas are doing. What is Nutcracker really saying to us about the sun and the moon and the energies and times of the year and children and men with eye patches? Whoa. Got to be careful with these performances. So we have to get together to manifest energy. Hence, I'm going to share this, actually, this little Bible reference. It's important because it explains for me the pyramids and their meanings and what's going on. So yeah, let's just look at it. So yeah, this is Corinthians 15:40, talks about that there are, heavenly bodies and that there are earthly bodies. But then it also explains the splendor of the heavenly bodies is one kind, and the splendor of the earthly bodies is another. So I find that to be very interesting. Now, why do I find that interesting, right? If my body is a temple, if I have a solar plexus and soul of feet, well, I am already astrology. You can't debunk me. You can't say I'm the devil now. You have a damn solar plexus, that's it. You don't have to get a damn tan. You're tanning from the inside. Right? So that means that there are heavenly bodies flowing into my body. Has to be. The Bible is saying something about above and then bodies down here. Clearly, there's energies. When you dance, when you put two and two together, when you get up and go to your room, when you brush your teeth, when you go to work, that's a performance. You're forming a movement. So that now it's a it's a manipulation. Maneuver comes from Minerva. She's the owl. Ow! Who? Yahoo! That's the owl. They talk to her all the time. You understand? These are chants. That's a performance. They put those letters together and they put it out there in the computer system, and they're making billions of dollars off of whoo, the owl, the hoot. It's always about that. When the train toots its own horn, and I had an aha moment, so pardon me, a flat earth moment. Hook, line, and sinker is a flat earth. Listen, hook, line, and sinker has to be a flat earth reference. How do I know that? What's a hook look like? That'd be the dome. What be the line? The damn earth. And the sinker be the water around that mug. Beep, bam. I just wanted to chime that in because I felt excited in flat earth. And I feel like, when a brother has a golden moment, he shit. What's up?
I said, way, hey.
Yeah.
Hey. We flat. Yes, go ahead.
How's the dancer called? Madam.
Butterfly?
Name of the dancer you mentioned often. Madam.
Oh, Blavatsky.
Blavatsky? Okay, I'm going to research that name. Thank
You're
you.
saying madam. You're good. Yes, she's the one that inspired your godmother of modern dance, Ruth St. Denis. And when you look at Ruth St. Denis, she has these two big-ass buns on her head, like Princess Leia, your two wheels, hence your Sumerian sun discs. Well, who rides the chariot? Europa, or the goddess is riding the bull.
Was she a member? Was she a member of the Golden Dawn?
Yes.
Yes,
She was.
Okay.
Yes, she was.
I know she is.
Yeah, she's one of those. Yeah, no, but you know what? Here's the thing about these. Okay, check this out. Gandhi, Hitler, and Einstein were all inspired by this occultist. You want to know why? Here's what they don't tell you in school. Okay, we know that there are secret societies. We know that. They have various names. But check this shit out. It's very simple because my man was talking about this. They perform things. That's it. They perform things at certain times. They have choreography. They have people come in and dance. They have girls come in and do dances and shit that can Cirque du Soleil and the tongue, and they have gifts and abilities. Trust me, they perform these things, right? So that's what's actually creating the hell we live in today, which is why we're missing it in our prayer. Our Father who art, listen, we're not here to be fucking corporate workers.
No, art. Yeah. Right.
We're artists, like he said. We create things. So when you come to the truth, like for me, I created a ballet called Birds of Light. Very simple. Birds of Light is about Venus being one of the brightest stars in the universe. It's very simple. So now, oh my God, I didn't know who Venus is. Maybe I'll research it. After this ballet, we'll have a Q&A. Great, I'll talk to you about it. Yeah, Venus exists. Character's name was Loom. Oh, Venus gets battled by two other constellations, the Corvus, the Raven, Blackbird, and the Columba, the White Dove. Oh shit, now we have black and white birds in the universe. So how do we have racism? Shit, after the show, Q&A, I'll talk to you about how astrology will bring you and me together. Then I have a bad character, the Saturnian one, Ledgar. The metal for Saturn is lead. Whoa, now we have planets that represent metal. Hey, Mr. J, after your ballet, let's have a Q&A and talk about how astrology is the reason why everything right now is going down, why every pyramid has more than one function, but for sure is being used to speak to higher intelligence. Because human beings, I can't speak for all entities that like to dance and hurt us. Aha, I see you, wink, wink. But human beings have a solar plexus. You cannot take that for granted. You understand, when you have a solar plexus, you have every bit of history. Listen to me now. That means before and after flowing through you. The solar system is timeless. Think about that shit. Time is an illusion. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Right there in your stomach, you have history that hasn't even been made yet, already planned, flowing through your stomach. Whoa. Now, if I'm dancing with that thing, I'm doing Tai Chi in China, holding a ball. What are they pushing away and bringing in? Are they just some old people doing something with a circle? Try to fuck with them. See what happens. You won't even get near them. They'll repel you just because they know what they're doing with their soul. And they were not naughty. They didn't eat crappy foods. No, they weren't bad people. They contained themselves. Hence why martial arts was important, because we lost our way, which is what's happening with creativity, is people do a lot of talking and hurting people's feelings, and they're not spending enough time making a poem out of that truth. Write a poem, make a dance. It doesn't matter if you think it sucks. You don't suck. You're awesome. Phalanges means a military division. That's in your damn body. You are the military. Go out there and be a damn warrior for yourself. Fight for yourself. Your bone says you are a warrior. You are not stupid. You are not average. You're above average. You're Midgard. You're above, listen to me, average. Where to get that from? The bar. You're jumping the bar in the high jump, flat earth symbol. Bam, I'm arcing. It's the dome. You're jumping in the woman's psychological brain, and we don't give any recognition to these females enough. So I'm choreographing things that bring light to this. Hence why it's important at this university, the city of the stars, that Venus is placed in this building, not used to blind her Illuminati Luciferian power, because she can definitely hurt you as the whore of Babylon. Of course she can. Or she can love you and uplift you to the place where you might want to really go. Depends on what you know with your rituals. Depends on what dance you're doing, what performance you're making. Is it satire or is it humor? Or is it balancing both? It's okay, figure it out. We have to get hip to the magic flute because Pan played a... It's true.
Yeah,
True. All of that is about your sexual energy. Sex means six. It's not just about making love. When I'm walking, I'm having sex. When I put my key in ignition, hence R. Kelly, keys to ignition, it is your sex drive. It is six. Who makes you go? The color green is emerald for Venus. She's Chicago. The chica makes you go. We have to know how to perform, yo. Yo ma. The Koreans know. Oh, performing. I'm performing with you right now. I'm sharing the wisdom in a way where it's dancing in your brain. I'm not controlling the word. I'm giving it away because I love everybody. I know my words are a performance. So I'm not rehearsing this. I'm hearing what you said about creativity, and I'm inspiring, hopefully, anyone else who has an ability. Right. Hence, ability, the abdominals. It's a body of work.
Yep.
You have a washboard stomach. They have a board at university. You got a washboard. Doesn't matter if you have a pot belly. Buddha had a belly. He was fat with wisdom. You understand? Fat with wisdom. Metaphor. That's who you are. Fat with wisdom. A ball of what? Boom, fire. Christos energy. Meant to dance and get off your butt, right? All that wisdom. Make a short movie. Fuck it. Who knows if you know how to do it? Who cares? Do it. You'll be awesome. You want to know why? Because you'll have more information, and that opens your pineal gland to then help you be the star you're supposed to be. How is Walt Disney making all those movies that can get into your How does he know that 33rd degree Freemason sneaky mouse? Mousetrap.
Yeah, you have to look. You have to use it's esoteric.
Eso.
I mean,
in Portuguese. Esoteric. Pterodactyl. Terra. Earth. They use her. They play with your brain. They perform with words. They love to perform with words. You know what I mean? You have a femur bone. Femur, heart, mur. You are the sound of the water, mare. You're made of water and fire. You're Moses. Bam. You're Achilles. It's in your damn heel. He's a god. Bam. Your atlas bone is on your skull. Bam. I keep going. You have a meniscus. That's the sine wave. Figure 8. It's there. Bam. What else you need to know? Perform now. Move in the figure 8. Move in your forehead. Move in your forefitting. Fit into your 4. 6 is to move. Have sex with yourself in a way where you're not wasting your energy. That's it. You can still have an enjoyable life without always, right? Because we want to do that. Because we're being sold fast food and fast entertainment. And when you get on that cruise on the boat, they want to do a dance and distract you from watching the fish. And maybe watching to see if that boat's going to crash into an iceberg, ISIS. Berg means fortress, by the way. Berg, builder, berg, fortress. The man, the Tower of Babel was built by a woman. Sybil has a tower on her head. Give it back to her. She built you up, and she'll shut you down. But if a man is going to stand in place and perform as a woman, as the popes dress like, we know how they dress. It's cool. I can see a dress when I see it. I'm a dancer. See all kinds of cross dressers. And it's not a coincidence it's called cross-dresser. Yeah. Wakey, wakey, cross. dresser. How many different versions of God do we have? Of Earth, the Nordic cross. It's an Ankh. It's a peace sign. It goes on and on. Performing. They're evolving together and forming a result. So this is what these demons do. While we're, arguing about flat Earth, maybe in the truth movement, while we're arguing about who is the most toothed Taurus field, or we're hurting people's feelings, wasting time, and we should be supporting them so we can get on with our what we're here for. Instead of that, what we do is we don't use the information to create something into the universe to set forth a pulse like your demons do, like your corporations. These men, they have these little seminars. They get together and do what? Talk about your future and my future. They lock themselves in a room. We can't hear what they're saying, but they're talking about what you're gonna do. And you're watching Seinfeld or cool, great. In the audience, push a button and they record the performance. Your life is a performance. It's a performance. Yeah. It's perfect. It's got a beat. You're on the clock. You're going with the rhythm. How you're feeling is another issue too. How do you feel when you're going to work? Yes, you're feeding the Tower of Babel. Tower of Babel is a symbol of sacrifice. Each brick is a body, hence the Moloch stuff and the children going into fires and little bricks. Those bricks, brick by brick, those stones, those cubes are symbols of earth, of consciousness, of formations that it takes to build good and bad things. If you don't know your square or your kabuki, your kaba, your cuba, your cube, if you don't understand your square dance, then you're just talking truth, right? Talking. The wise ones didn't talk. They performed it. They performed it. The druids, kidding me? The druids with their sticks and beards, and the women with the hair and horses and being naked and running around. And come on now.
They were
the druids. Yeah. These people were doing shit like, and the Romans saw the shit and they were like, damn, this is weird. They're naked and running around and there are butterflies and orbs and yellow lights. This is ridiculous. And they killed them. Shit. They killed them.
They suppress they suppress everything they can. Yeah.
And they perform the ritual. And then now Christmas is coming and you're performing now. You bought the tree. It is what it is. The ritual there. Gotta be careful with what rituals are. Sometimes these holiday things have other vibrations in them. I'm not judging or saying it's bad or good, but it is a way of getting things done to confuse people. Holiday festivals. Hey, come and do this. But really, you're doing something very different and honoring a different deity. Yeah, be careful. Satire, Saturn, or the jovial one, Jupiter, who spat out Venus for a reason. I wonder why he spat out Venus. I think Saturn's very naughty. We know what Satanists do. We know what that planet can do. That planet's got a lot of complexities to it. Oh yeah, all your nasty stuff, that planet does all that stuff. Has all that dark, but it has beautiful things too. But a lot's going on with these planets. Satire. So when I'm doing satire, am I just entertaining you? Or am I changing your life? I'm changing your stars. I'm shifting your solar system. Yeah. What do you think stars do when the sun's going through all that stuff? All that energy from the sun is blowing life like candles into each star. Bing, 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 bing. Oh my God, pinball energies, right? So we are a reflection of that. So we have to move and perform. That's why you got to stay in form, stay in shape. Yes? That's it. Geometry. I work out to just show that Earth is the reason why I exist, that I'm a temple. So that if I go into a building, you can't manipulate me with your satanic energy. There's a way to repel it. Hence, I'm at university where the Illuminati was born, Let's keep it real. Where would you dump all your shit? Where would you dump all your wisdom? Think about it. University. You can thank Sir Francis Drake, the pirates, the men of fire, the dragon people, your Godzilla people. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dragons. Come on. Draco, whatever. Anyhow, Drake the rapper. Anyhow, these pirates, they were performers. Their name means men of fire. Arr! What's all that shit? I mean, it's just them being dumb. No. This is a performance. They are something that is organized and got things done, and then decided to give us information that is not balanced and is not good. These men of fire need water. They need their mama. They need to be spanked by mama. Wati, the South African goddess. Wata, the fish. Your Jesus fish, that's your mama Wati, your mother in heaven too. Spank these people, women, spank them. Don't take shit. Women in the chat room, all over the place. Listen to this. Don't take shit. You will change this. You will change this. Men, we're the hunters. It's great. Lightning bolt energy. Women shift the dimension. You are the portals. You are the Stargate. You understand the Stargate symbol? That TV show, that is your organ of creation. That's the birth. You know, men have one too. It's different. But I'm saying, women, don't take shit. Dance, perform, go out and do something with your body. You don't have to dance provocatively to be sexy. It's okay to be sexy and okay, body. You can be sexy, but do it in a different way too, right? You can be sexy in a way where you're just, hey, I'm wise. Hey, maybe I'm a bit insecure, but I have a unique way of doing something that you don't know how to do. Cool. Whatever, right? Don't take any shit, perform. So, as I come down, I want to say one more thing about Amadeus. Pardon me. I want to show this, actually, before I thank you for all being so open. But yeah, this term right here, Amadeus, movie. Okay. So, you see Amadeus, right? Well, Amadeus was a movie that was about Mozart, okay? Now, Amadeus relates to Nimrod. Nimrod is the Babylonian version of Saturn, or satire, or Satan. This is why it's important for you to understand your operas, your television shows are not just about entertainment. Mozart was haunted by Amadeus. Remember the movie, that thing with two masks and shit, following him around, dark, death, he got sick in the plague. He was a Freemason. They all have to die. They all have to go through some horrible ritual of death, but they're geniuses. So I'm not saying anything, I don't know about Mozart. I wasn't there, whatever. But the performing quality, knowing that Amadeus is Nimrod, so what's happening there? That's a biblical character. Oh, and now we have tones. We have to perform. We need singers. We need visual artists. We have to use the chakra colors they use, McDonald's yellow colors and red for your fast food. We have to use it back at them, yellows and reds. We have to get the sound of dolphins because they want your brain to be controlled. You have a hippocampus, which means seahorse. We're supposed to talk to dolphins. They have water that comes out of their blowhole like Shiva does. Saturn's other ability that we are not activating because of sodium fluoride to our pineal gland. How about that's mind control? Woo! Yeah, they're doing that shit to us. So we have to get a show that has sounds of dolphins, I believe. They echo to communicate and to identify through echo. The O sound. O is the goddess. Think about it. It's already going to send a pulse of repelling someone or an entity. We have to get a higher creature. The dolphins are the higher creatures. These are lower creatures that we're dealing with. They're serpenty, sexy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I believe it. Demons of the most intense nature. Earth is a performance. It was built with good and bad things. So it's up to us on this disc to discuss who the disciples are. It's us.
Jay, did you saw the Olympic opening, 2018.
Oh, is it for the winter ones? No.
Yeah, there was actually a dome with stars in it. With on the ground floor was something bluish in the middle, with all kinds of lines. I can show you one picture.
Please. Yes, totally. Awesome.
You see this one?
Oh, yeah.
Nice planetarium.
Here, they are dancing. And I think in the middle is Rising Phoenix. They're dancing around it. On what looks that could be an Earth. It's very blue. The dome.
Yeah.
In your face with a dome.
In your face.
Jay.
Flat Earth. That is, they're dancing in it, but they're not actually saying, they're not dancing with the vibration of flat Earth, right? They're dancing with it's a globe. That's fucked up. You have to change the intent. Sorry, go ahead.
I have another one that you can actually see. Yeah, you can see it here. Can you see it a little bit better?
Oh, they got a little rainbow coloring,
Wow.
You can see those lines. Basically, maybe those are magnetic lines and everything.
Yeah.
Actually, Finny TV was talking about it on his Hangout, and I thought, well, let's also share it over here, spread the knowledge. Well, yeah, you should check that whole opening ceremony, Jay. There's a lot of things that you probably are interested in, and that
I watched the Brazil one.
Oh, this one.
The Brazil one was pretty intense.
Yeah, people are already making videos about it because there's so much in that opening. Of flat Earth things and everything.
But you see, they have to do it. You see what I'm trying to say? See, like when you see the stuff, right? You have to know, like, that's the most important thing to get in the truth movement, is that they manifest it with festivals, ceremonies.
Yeah, also had that with an opening of a certain tunnel. That ceremony for a certain tunnel. I don't remember exactly, but it was actually also with a lot of subliminal messaging and hidden things in it. It was, I think, in 2017. There was a big tunnel opening, and they also had a whole ceremony with a lot of things that. Are very interesting. Also, a lot of things that are that were demonic or related, or things that could be seen as demonic or whatever, subliminal message and everything. Yeah, it's very interesting. You can find a picture.
Yeah, we're definitely fighting, demons, people who like to demonstrate. Like to demonstrate for you and give you holograms and all that, and photocopies and facts. And chillax, chillax, like to play with your chi. Playing with our children.
Want to see a cool picture of David Bowie? Yeah, that's very obvious.
Oh, wow. I mean, Osiris.
On his hand. Yes, that dragon
on his hand.
But you see how they have to go? You see how he has to put the costume on, the makeup? He has to put his fingers like that. Someone had to train him. Anyone can do that shit. Anyone. You don't have to go to the big record labels and sell your soul to do a ritual. I do them every day. Chanting. Changing my way of thinking, eating, teaching.
Well, actually, here you have one without, and here's one with a can. See? Basically,
they should be selling shower curtains.
This one.
Aleister Crowley did it first. I mean, like he's
this guy.
All part of the same occult.
Aleister Crowley. They're saying that what's his face? Bush, Barbara Bush is his daughter because they look a lot alike. The eyeballs and shit, very beady and demonical. I wouldn't be surprised. Like these bloodlines that we're dealing with. They're all a part of people that do rituals, man. They all do performances, and we're getting played like WF wrestling. Like I used to think that shit was real. I did. I was passionate about it and all the fighting but there's a training though. They train themselves to pretend like they're fighting. That's interesting. Think about that. They train themselves to make it appear as if they're really fighting. Whoa, okay, there's a skill, but that's a hustle. Got to be careful with performances, events, ceremonies. Yeah, we have to do ceremonies as people. Totally. That's why I'm teaching the way I teach. When I teach this stuff, when I choreograph something, I'm already putting Venus, I'm already putting Taurus. I have something for the Pleiades. Everything is in there. Jupiter, Venus, the Pleiades, Taurus. My whole thesis is done. All of it's about that. And the zodiac signs and the patterns they make. So I'm doing run-throughs, making my shapes. I'm actually honoring astrology and doing rituals without thinking about it. You don't have to think about it and chant Hare Krishna necessarily.
No, you were teaching. Hey, I love your last video of where you're teaching that girl with the disability.
Oh, thank you.
That was awesome, dude. I saw what you were teaching too. You're teaching exactly what you're saying right here. Yeah, I know.
That's it. That's it, and it works. She's a genius. She's not a freak like the mom and dad. They're tired because they have to defend her, right, or put her in places where they'll understand her or whatever. And so like I feel like she's an individual that's been put in a place of, oh gosh, Down syndrome, this is a freak. It means to be down here. It's okay. It means this is a grounded individual. Down. Okay, cool. Let's use the word positively. Dome, down, it's the same word. We're all down here. Actually, we're all Down syndrome. We're all on Earth. Shit. What the hell's wrong with us? Actually, we're so stupid. Most of us aren't even down to earth, whatever. Simple. So the elements of nature. Yeah, she gets it. She knows what earth is now. She sees it every day. She probably is in the car, like when they're driving. I bet it's what mommy, dear. She'll see it. That's what she is. She'll do shit like that probably, right? Oh, I didn't see. Oh, wow. That's what she does. She needs someone that can give her nature. She's not just a Down syndrome child. It's not just a disorder. It's a human being.
Thank you, Jay. She'll remember you.
No, she's human. She should be treated like she's human and talked to with compassion and slowed down. And it's okay to slow it down for different people. You can talk fast for some. Some need you to slow it down a bit and make sure they got it. It's okay. It's not about winning something or.
What a shame there are more teachers like Jay, hey?
Well, I'm hoping that it motivates dance teachers to just at least think about the spiritual energy of our children. That's all. You don't have to take down your trophies. Great, you're winning. I'm just saying the technique, after a while, the depression is far worse than what that technique is going to give them if they do not have balance and know what their solar plexus means. There's no point. They will be miserable. They'll be looking for men to give them something. Or women, they'll be looking for certificates. Ego, give me. No, I'm already my ego. I am damn earth. That's all I'm saying for teaching dance. Not to be better. I don't battle. I don't care about come to my technique because I'm going to whip you into shape and I'm going to make you have abs and a new hip hop video where you can lose weight while being a whore or a pimp. Nothing personal. Not hating. I'm just saying. It is what it is, right? We like our sex. I like it too. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying we have to contain it. We have to use it in ways that we can teach children to not go out there and perform. Isn't sexual a performance? Oh, your performance last night wasn't very good. Or performance. Oh, he performed real good. Like, they even say it for sex. Think about it. Yeah. It's a performance. You're forming a baby, maybe. Oh, hence your formula. So what are they shaping your body to be? Are they shaping you to be ugly and you're just fat, or you've got acne, your breath stinks, or you've got Down syndrome, or you're autistic? Oh, you're weird. Or are they telling you that you're unique and that you need a human being to show you how many things make you awesome? That's it. That's a performance. I've formed someone who's not deformed, right? Think about it. Deform. It's not just like this. The brain can be deformed, right?
Yep.
Babies' brains can be shaped. It's very sensitive. You touch their brain and it shifts and moves around. Be careful with your water in your brain. That water in the brain is what this is all about. They don't want you to talk to dolphins for some reason. Free Willy. We should watch that movie over and over again. There's something about that dolphin, hence children having their dolls. They give you plastic dolls. You see what they do? It's a part of your consciousness. The dolphin. Fin means the end en français, or the tail. Huh, interesting. Interesting. Fin, the end. So, the dolls. Plastic. Playing with the plastic sense of you. That's a performance. And they didn't have to choreograph a damn thing. Someone made a doll. Think about that. Now you go and buy the doll. Voodoo shit is real, by the way. That's where dolls come from. They manifest energy. You go buy the doll. You bring the doll home. Doll's not moving, but the child is. What the? Think about this shit. Now, I'm tired, and then making it move and shit. That's a performance. That is a ballet. Corporate Barbie. Maui Barbie. And now we can do it wearing Maui clothes. The shit don't talk, it don't move, it don't do a damn thing, but here you go. Wow. Right? That's interesting.
Right on.
Someone's very smart. They get to go home.
Hey, Jay, you've got a new sub.
What's that?
Someone's just subbed to Shane Morrow's just subbed to your channel.
Fantastic. I'm grateful. It's our time to subscribe to each other's subconscious. The sub is the underworld. We're all submarine. Yellow submarine is all about us. The yellow solar plexus and your hippocampus is simple. It's Neptune. Campus means Neptune. Why are they putting Neptune in your brain? Etymology is doing that to you. You go to the campus at university, you're walking in Neptune's world. But who's ruling Neptune? Aquaman? Right? With his pitchfork and his blue ass face like Krishna. Blue Man Group. The Blue Man Group. Krishna means blue. What are they doing with these performances? The Blue Man. You sing the blues, man. Krishna means blue. The Smurfs are blue. That's a cartoon. It's a performance. What's it doing? Is Gargamel just something? Azrael was the evil cat. Is Azazel. Listen to me. Azrael, the bad cat in the Smurfs, is Azazel. It is known to be Venus or Lucifer. Azazel. You understand? These are gods. And so they put them in our little television screens.
Yeah.
Right?
We need to flip it on them. We need to flip it.
Yes.
That's what I'm. And it's going to take a It's going to take a collective of people. One or two people can't do this. It's going to take many people to put this together.
I'm going to put it out there with you right now. I'm saying this to everyone in the chat room, everyone in the entire world. Whatever your talent is, you need to get organized. I choreograph. Y'all know me. I'm an artist. My man here is into the pyramids, and he's into visuals. He's got good energy with music. He knows his stuff. Everyone else on this panel is creative. Let's make it work. Boom.
Yeah.
This input, that input, that input, that input. I do this, you do that. Boom. Simple. The theme is to repel. Simple. Repel. Repel. That's it. We have to push shit away. Simple.
Right.
No more talking to this shit. No more like, come to my truth channel and, you know what I mean? Give me all your blah, 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 blah. No, the earth does not work like that. The earth don't have no damn groups and shit.
We need to create with all this energy. That's what I was referring to. With all this energy we're spending, all of us in this truth movement, the energy that we're using, we would turn that into a project where we all could just collaborate and just be like, bam,
Listen,
just.
I'm ready to do Birds of Light. You understand? Let me tell you what the story is now. Hold on. Let me tell you the premise of Birds of Light. I want people to understand that I'm a choreographer and that I am choreographing energy to make a difference to save our children. I don't choreograph for my ego. I choreograph to save our children. They need it because they're being eaten by animals, okay? Animals are out there. Horrible things they're doing in the entertainment industry. These children that have a natural ability, sick. It makes me angry. Anyways, the premise of Birds of Light is Loom is Venus, the brightest star. Then you have your Corvus and you have your Columba, your white and black birds that battle her for her light. Simple. I figured out, oh, there's some stars that are a bit brighter than others in different colors. I figured, common sense, my dumb ass, right? Well, maybe that up there, they might have feelings and they might feel like, I don't, that star, oh, maybe it's too, because we have emotions. Where does it come from? As above, so below, right? Simple. So I was like, okay, the Corvus constellation and the Columba will battle Venus, stars against a star. Okay, very simple. Boom. And then all of a sudden the sun gives Venus another light, hence she's the brightest one. And then now they're even at her more because now she has a light and she's famous. Hence your celebrities. When you get famous, everyone loves you or they break you down. So she gets her wings torn off. The moon comes in and cools it down. Magnetic. Everything calms down and the bad things kind of have to stop for a second. And then the sun comes back and tells Loom, oh, the light you have is actually from within inside you. That's the end of the ballet. She points to her heart. It glows. Everyone on the stage gets blinded by it. All the demons get blinded by the light coming from inside of her little unitard, whatever you want to call it, 8-year-old girl doing this shit. That's what I care about. That's actually activism. You do astrology for those children and you manifest these energies that these Illuminati people use to hurt us. I use it to love. I use it to elevate us because they are also designed for us to be elevated. So the moral of the story of Birds of Light is we all have a light from within. We all have a unique source of light. Why is the gospel saying this little light of mine? It's mine. Why didn't you say it was mine? Why is it mine? Ask questions about your gospel. It says it's mine. Ask why it's yours. That's a good question. It's mine. That means, listen, if you're going to church and you're bonded by your church and you can't have sex and masturbate and you can't be gay, you have a light that something gave you. How are you a sinner? This little light of mine. Think about it. Sin is darkness. Light of mine? I debunked it right there. And boom, common sense. You have a solar plexus. Rome told you that. And Rome hates us. But Rome has to lie because Rome is Ra.
Yep.
Ra, Egypt. These men like David Bowie wearing their little tents, their little shower caps. Yeah, your little soap opera, mind control, brainwashing you. Soap opera, brainwashing. Soap opera, brainwash. ALL, Allah, all. Be careful with your detergent. What are they putting in your soap? Yeah, they're clever. All the sunlight, dawn.
I know.
It's a performance.
Yeah.
Right? And they sell it to you.
You know the Seinfeld logo has Saturn right on it. You knew that, didn't you?
What is
Did
sign?
you know that?
Of course. Well, sign is Saturn.
Yeah.
And the Jews pray. They pray to the Saturdays. It's okay. Great, cool. Whatever. Yeah, but wait a minute though. Are you hurting me with your satire, with your sickle? Am I being put into a cell? Why is it called a cell when you get locked up and they put you in a square? Boom. Once again, square dance, Cuba, cuboid. It's in your foot. How is the earth a ball? I ask it again. In geometry, earth is the cube. Damn it. Damn it. Damn. I get angry. Even in basic geometry, the shit is a cube, which would make sense that it's some kind of a structure that is sustained around something circular, which would be a feminine, sexy Venus, prima mobile ether, or Esther 6 blah, blah, damn blah people. Wake up. Like, come on. How sexy is that? And we ignore the geometry that is so-called sacred. Your sacrum is there to decode it. You are sacred geometry. You listening to this, not me. You are sacred. You're the body. What do you think the cross is? What symbol do you see here? Oh, the crucifix. Right. You are walking symbols of that. Very famous. You're walking that. So your earth points in atomic energy. The atom, crucifix of 4 points. And then you have the 6 points of the material world. Why ballet has 6 positions, and they throw up 6 in the Illuminati, and they cover their eyes and perform for you, and they move with their 6s, and they crucifixes. 6 is crucifix. You hear the serpent?
Yep.
Yeah, they're letting air out of your tire. Saturn. They're very dark humorists, and they're hurting people. This is why it's important to get these words the way, not like the way I'm doing it. It's like when you hear what they mean, you see the performance, right?
Yeah.
It's no longer just oh, I know a bunch of shit and I'm gonna talk to you. It's like, whoa, dude, what the? It's like you're like, oh.
It's how you present it, and when you know how to present it, you can basically do exactly what they do to us. Yes, I follow you. Yeah.
And then you get people that want to follow you. Like, for example, on social media, I am not bragging, but recently I've had someone in Turkey with 800,000 followers following me ever since my 1-minute presentations, and some television presenter with 300,000 followers on Twitter following me. I'm getting this all the time ever since of syncretism and research, where I'm putting things very quickly. So I'm noticing that there's something about and getting people to see it, because when you watch, it's a performance, it's art.
Yeah.
I care about that. That's it. I put it together in a way where it's a collage. That's my way of thinking.
Yeah.
I'm not better than anybody else. Sorry, yeah.
Jay, Gathica in the chat room said, could you ask Jay to spit some vibration lines, please?
Oh, some poetry?
Yeah, he says, spit a few lines, please.
Okay, fantastic. I will. Let me see. So many of them. Yeah, I'll do that one. Dawn of the dead, new day bread, Prometheus, light on head, inspire, fire, Karl Marx said, Rockefeller Plaza, Greek god led, Olympic torch, communist scorch, Russian logo, burning porch, sexy fishnet worth the birth, stop that ship for sure she wore, current clothing, Doc wants more, deliver the baby, Nave to Navy, church body, haughty, manifest gravy, certificate, livestock market shady, ring around rosy, wedding crazy, merry time, father lazy, Satan sat, earn, burn, rocking chair, boatloads turn, water break, stock market snakes, human resource, deliver which shakes, Milky Way, she say he takes, dock my pay by the bay high stakes, holding the currency, sandbar, lawyer fee, dead man walking, speak for me, water gates of destiny, bench warmer, bank transformer, judge a lifeguard in a corner, birth canal, trial run, white blood cells, lock that pun, depart the commerce, liquid fund, set that ass by the sun, congress intercourse, exchange fluids, intimate source, commerce, same course, sex union authority force, she's bad company, mind your business, corporate organs, member stiffness, joint account, soulmate witness, there she blows, skip a nose, document, ship still flows for maritime admiralty law.
Woo!
Awesome.
We want more. We want more.
That was from Santos, man. This is how I got actually good with the words. I'm a poet, so I encourage those into poetry. Write the information down in poetry form and just rhyme the information together. I mean, even if it's offbeat, doesn't matter. It's offbeat. It can be. Poetry can be like, hey, I am a dove, and then I saw that my foot became a branch, and then I turned into a whatever. Like, so I put the words together. I memorize several verses, and then it helps me to keep a flow in my brain. So when I'm talking to people, I'm always dancing and performing the words. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, Jay, we see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying and what I'm saying. I got a lot of them, man. There's one, the 5-hour one called The Ring of Power. It's a 5-hour video, and I have one that's like 2 minutes of like, that one talks about 9/11 and stuff. I don't play around. When I got that information, I was like, it has to be in the computer.
Can I just say, guys, we've been going for 3 3/4 hours now.
Love you, Karen.
I thought we were going to do
I'm just about to end the hangout and you say you love me. Oh, I love you too, though, Jay. You know I do. And yeah, you guys are just awesome, all of you. It's great to be here. Look who's around me. Amazing people. Passionate, real, sensitive, beautiful people. And the chat room.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yes, chat room. Thank you for chatting. And Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Choo choo. And Robert, obviously you'll keep us abreast with those solar, those spots on the sun. I know Yudit will.
Yeah. I thought I was subscribed to her, and I guess I wasn't. I thought I always was, but yeah, I just subscribed to her because, yeah, she does a lot of the same things I do. She has some really awesome backgrounds. Yes. Yeah, I mean, we just need to contribute all of our. We need to work on a project, something. We'll keep talking about it, and we'll figure things out with other people. And
a good area for you to sync with, isn't she? Because she's quite a long way away from you, Robert. So it's just good to sync.
Well, she's a good source because, just like how she was saying that the sunspots were on the lower part of the sun. For me, it was in the center, and then we calculate how many hours ahead she is. It would probably make sense that these things work their way up anyway. And from what I remember, they do anyway, from my previous research. But yeah, I mean, I think it was a pretty productive show. I mean, I definitely, was shocked to see the sun.
Robert, I think you've got a few more subs as well today.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Awesome.
Because people are asking in the chat room about you, and you start off by saying, "Oh, I'm not very good at talking." Wow.
No negativity. No more negativity.
Don't that one.
I know. I understand that. Yeah, it's not that I'm being negative. I'm kind of realistic in a sense.
Yes, you are. Wait, no, I'm cutting you off. I'll tell you what. Okay, I heard you say 2 things specifically where you said I might not be very good and I'm not very good. That's a negative thing. So I'm just going to say my opinion. Right. Not judging you. Yeah. That's negative stuff. I'm just saying. I heard it.
Well, huh?
I said naughty, Robert. See, stay positive.
Oh,
anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's easy, I guess. See, the thing with me, it's like I'm a mirror of my surroundings. And sometimes that negativity just comes back out. You can't help it. I need to try to block that. I need to figure out how to, because our environmental influences do kind of, at least with me, it kind of makes me the way I am at that present time. You know what I mean? I'm not saying none of you guys, but I've had a few negative things going on in my life here this weekend, and nothing that I can't overcome, but just some negativity going on. And sometimes, yeah, I do kind of look down on myself because it's easier when I guess it's just learned behavior. You get it, then then it's, yeah, I gotta break it. I get it. I understand it, but yeah, I mean, hey, I'm not perfect, but I mean, yeah, but
nobody's perfect.
Yeah, we're working. I'm work in progress.
It's better to be real. That's the point.
The point is, man, the point is that you are being a conductor of energy. What do you think the conductor is doing with the stick in front of the symphony? This dude is not playing any music. He's conducting what? What do you think pyramids do? Conduct energy.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
So
I'm resonating at a lower vibration whenever I do that. Yes, I totally get it. It's you know, sometimes it's a double-edged sword. We all on this panel know this. You know, sometimes what the right thing is, but yet we still fall for the traps that are set up. You know, and hey, like I admit,
we have to put new fire into those ancient structures, and we have to do dance pieces and music at those structures, and we have to reimagine the energy that's on those places, because this is the reason why they were killed. They were killed because of energy. That's it. And it was taken, but they cannot take Earth.
I'll make you a promise. If you can get down here, we will go to the pyramids. We'll go to the pyramids. You dance. I'll bring my friend who's a musician. Okay.
Right.
I got wireless stuff to where if we wanted to, he could perform, you could perform, and we could do something, and we could get somebody else that's good at, like, we need the right kind of equipment to detect, like, what are they called? The thing that picks up like radio wave, or like I'm trying to think of the scientific equipment.
Take your time with it, man. Go ahead. Take your time with it. Go
like
ahead.
nothing to detect. We need to see if we can detect any change in the vibration or frequency in that area.
Right. And also what you can do, Robert, also what you can do is a very simple tool. What I encourage everybody to bring when they go to their church, go to an ancient site, it's just a simple, we call it a compass. Not on your phone, no, an old-fashioned one.
Yeah,
bring a compass, walk over the sign, hold them near the stones, because Brian Forrester did it, and actually everybody was amazed with the outcome, because the compass needle turned in specific degrees, 90, 45, 100, 80, certain degrees. So I encourage everybody, also going to do it as soon as I have the chance, do it on ancient sites myself and in the church, just to see what happens if you walk with a compass on ancient site, because I've seen some videos and I can clearly see that compass needles is affected by the site. And in certain places, it turns in certain specific directions.
Oh, you're right.
If you go there, bring your compass and check what's happening.
Okay,
that's even better.
Wait, I gotta get the door. Wait 1 second.
That's all right.
He's gotta get the door.
Well done, artist.
He's gotta get the door. Dora the Explorer. I hear triangles. I hear angles and dangles in the heavens. Chimes. Wind chimes. Is that Artes?
Yeah,
you know what it sounds like? An astrological, like something tickling my
anyway,
neck
guys,
up there.
do you mind if we end this hangout?
Yeah,
I want to go for the really.
Yeah, but we say goodbye on the after hangout, so you don't have to just run off.
Really? Now I want to go. Really?
Yes, yes, my darling.
No, I'm good. Thank you all, everyone. Yeah. Awesome, Yudit, bam, ba boom.
Yeah, I
thank you all too as well.
It's a couple of hours ahead
for me. Thank you,
so,
everybody. Thank you, everybody in the chat.
Thank you, Angel. Angel's the only one that's gone, isn't it? Angel, Artist, Robert, Patricia, Jay, Yudit, the chat room. Thank you so much.
And thank you,
And
Karen. Of course.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
thank you.
Karen, thank you for sharing.
I thank you. You've the ones that have been sharing. I haven't really said anything, have I?
You don't have to say a word.
We love you anyway.
We love you anyways.
What a diverse lot you are.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We-
it is
Aw.
good night from us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Big flat earth hugs from us. And actually,
Bye-bye.
Jay has to finish, don't you, Jay? Jay,
But I want to
what's the
say
magic word?
unidiversity.
Oh, yeah,
Good.
count it up,
Okay.
Jay.
So
Count it up, brother. A one.
what's that? Okay.
Count it up,
1,
brother.
2, 3.
We
are dancers.
Dancers.
Oh, yes.
You notice that my mouth, it gets bigger because I'm trying to fit with you guys. I'm trying to
I
stretch
know.
my face to slow down dancer. That's crazy shit. What am I doing? Sorry, I wanted to share that. It's intense.
No,
When you
because of delay. I
Jay, when you
follow
do
you.
that, you're bringing
Or-
all the continents together.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's listening,
Yeah, we
in
are.
America, in Mexico, in Israel, in Europe, in Karen, we've just all danced together.
That's the power of words. That's a ritual. That's a good deed. I just put us all in a good place, and you put me in a good place. That's how it works. And then we rise together. That's it.
That's right.
Yeah,
Aw.
we roll together. Anyway, thanks again, you guys. And as I say, we'll be back tomorrow. So it's good night, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is for everybody. Anyway, thanks a lot. We'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Keep it flat. Keep it flat. So flat. It's so flat. So flat. I'm sorry.
Anyway, good night, everybody.